This has been the James Clemens Pre-Flight Show. We'll be back with first quarter action on PAS Plus.
When Keith and Amy Richards went on a Greek vacation in 1997, their goal was to create savory foods from simple ingredients. Thus, Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe was born with their healthy spin on traditional Greek food in the form of salads, gyros, sandwiches, and soups. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe, located at 105 Brookridge Drive, Suite A, just off Highway 72 in Madison. Open Monday through Sunday, 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Call 724-6554 or visit them online at tzatziki'scafe.com. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe. Originality is our nationality.
Whether you're an experienced golfer or a total beginner, Madison Golf Center has the largest, most up-to-date practice range in North Alabama, including a complete teaching center with the best and most experienced instructional staff available at your convenience. Madison Golf Center features the most complete driving range facility around, with a large grass tee area allowing for 100 hitting stations a day with a 14-day rotation. Open every day year-round and located at 401 Lime Quarry Road, between Wall Trina and Hughes Road. Madison Golf Center.
Are pests invading your home or business? Mosquitoes embedded on your property? Maybe excessive crawl space moisture has attracted unwanted visitors. Then call Red Hawk Pest Control, offering residential and commercial pest control, mosquito and brown recluse management, stinging insect control, foundation vents, and many other services to North Alabama and Southern Tennessee. Red Hawk aims to be more than just a service provider. They want to build a long-term relationship with each customer. Call Red Hawk Pest Control at 256-975-8817. Visit them on Facebook or online at redhawkpestcontrol.com.
Right now on a podcast platform near you, The Wingmen.
There's someone on the wing. Something.
Join us live every week this football season at Walk On Sports Bistro at Clift Farm on Highway 72 as Kirk Pierce, Johnny Johnson, and Brad Kimbrough talk James Clemens Jets sports. The Wingmen.
We're winging it, Jerry.
On your favorite platform via the PAS Plus app on your Alexa device by saying Open PAS Plus and online at jcwingmen.net.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football right here on PAS Plus. You can check out the PAS Plus mobile app at your connection to all of our live streams, along with scores, game archives, and a whole lot more. Go online to pasplus.net for the download links. As James Clemens gets ready to receive the opening kickoff, back deep to receive, standing at about the 2-yard line is Ty Doty, number 11, the Air Force commit. It's just a low squib kick, going to roll straight into Doty's arms, and he's going to pick it up at the 10 to the 20, trying to find his way around the outside. On the far side, makes it to about the 25-yard line, and that's where we'll start for our first possession of the game.
I think that's really smart for them to do that kind of squib kick down the middle, because if you kick that ball up in the air with the wind blowing in your face, it may come right back to you, and we may end up catching it about the 40.
Yeah, it could create some havoc, though. I mean, you got to be camped out under that thing. You don't know where it's going to go.
One of those up backs, or not up backs, but the guys on the front lines of the blocking scheme.
Yeah, it'd be tough.
Trying to catch one of them.
But definitely smart to keep that ball out of the wind.
So Evers, the sophomore quarterback, gets the start tonight for the Jets. To his left, it's going to be number 0. That's Cam Berry. We got trips down here close to us. Now Berry goes in motion. Evers is going to keep it himself around the far side. Picks up about a yard, maybe 2, to get the chains moving just a little bit, or at least the yard marker. So it'll be 2nd and 8 for the Jets.
And I don't know that they'll run him a ton. He may run a little better than Gill does, but probably just trying to get some blood flow and get the nerves out.
I like the play call. Just go ahead and get some of the nervousness out of him, get some contact, and let's get it settled in the game.
So it'll be 2nd and 8 when we get the ball, when we get ready to get over the ball. And we are marked down at about the 27-yard line of the Jets. Evers in the shotgun, empty backfield. Trips to the near side. He's going to take the snap, going to swing pass out to Doty into the flat. Doty crosses the 30, tries to make it to the outside, makes a cut down into the inside, finally dragged down about the 47-yard line. 1st and 10, James Clemens.
I tell you what I really like about that pass is where he led him into going forward. Instead of hitting him square or even a little behind like we see a lot of times, a lot of quarterbacks do, he threw it out in front of him, and now he got to catch it with momentum going forward and really created that play right there.
Big time, well-thrown ball.
So now you've got Doty in the backfield along with Berry and Gideon. Doty's going to take the direct snap, finds himself a hole, squeaks through past the 30 into the Jaguars territory, past the 40, down to about the 38, keeping the chains moving. Fast offense. Here we go.
Man, I like what they're doing. They gave him a chance to run the ball ever early to get, like we said, get a little nerves out, through a short, easy completion pass to give him some confidence, and then go right to the Wildcat while they're not expecting it.
Yeah, and they give Spain Park 3 different looks in 3 plays.
Absolutely.
So trips to the far side. Doty looking for the direct snap. He's going to take it, keep it himself. Going around to the outside, gets past the defensive end, goes out of bounds, short of the 30, down to about the 30. Well, they're going to say he went out of bounds at the 35, so moving the yard marker again.
Well, and we might have got away with a little hold right there, number 60 on this end. Is that Micah? Micah may got a hold away with hold. I can't spit that out.
Try it again, Coach.
It's all right.
Got away with a hold?
There it is.
That's the one you're looking for. Words are hard.
My hand in yours or whatever it was.
Not for this guy.
Evers in at quarterback. Shotgun buried to his right. We got Doty and Little stacked on the far side. Now Lively goes in motion. Going to fake the handoff to Barry. Going to throw it out there to Doty. Obviously the plan. Get the ball to Doty. He's got a first down and then some and goes out of bounds. Past the 25 down to about the 24. Now they're going to say he stepped down at the 25. So 1st and 10, Jets.
Well, I think one of the other things that we really like out of Evers right now is how quick he gets rid of that. And it's on time, spiral, hit him in with accuracy. And he gets rid of that ball in a hurry. And it's not that easy a pass. You would think it is, but as quick as he's got to get the handle on the ball and get rid of it, he's done a good job so far.
Formation. Gideon comes in. He takes the handoff, makes a cut, back into the inside. Fights his way forward to the 20, down to about the 19. So, again, moving the ball.
And Evers is fired up. Idiot young buck out there clapping and nodding his head. He's having fun.
Well, right now he's in control.
Yeah.
I mean, we keep moving the chains and keep picking up positive yards. That's what a quarterback wants. Make his job a whole lot easier with manageable downs.
Shotgun formation. Got Barry to the left, Gideon to the right. Little's going to split out to the far side. Now the line shifts. Got him to jump.
Yep, got him.
Now they go under center.
Now we got him.
Now we got a flag. Yeah. Okay, finally. Play stops. They're going to say false start on us, though.
Are they?
Oh, no, they're going to say offsides.
Yeah, this end over here came too far across, one closest to us.
I was watching Achenbach, and he was giving me the false start motion, but I think he was saying,
something
get the
about
play
the play.
in.
Well,
get the play in.
Or run that same play. I don't know.
Yeah.
He might have been saying, let's do it again.
I mean, as tall as he is, he's almost up here with us. So, joking.
Y'all got firsthand knowledge of that on Tuesday, didn't you?
He knows what the wind's doing.
On the podcast.
So now Barry to the left of Evers, 2 splits to the far, Little and Lively. Now Doty goes in motion, and now Doty goes into the tailback slide. Going to hand it off to Doty. He cuts it through, makes one man miss, spin move, hit the circle, gets past the 5, down to about the 4-yard line.
I'm impressed with the confidence that Evers had with that handoff. I mean, that's a deep handoff. You got to get back there, but he was very confident in ball placement and footwork. He sprinted back there to get Doty the ball.
I got a little nervous because we had multiple guys moving right there, and they barely got set in time when that ball was snapped, so it was close right there.
So coming out of the huddle quick, Evers under center. Gideon, is the running back. He gets in. Touchdown! James Clemens. What a drive. From 20, started at their own 25-yard line, 75-yard drive, touchdown. James Clemens takes the lead.
Yeah, you know Coach Truitt had a lot scripted getting ready for that first drive, and you wonder if he stayed on script the entire time. Those guys have had to practice that. They ran it, executed to perfection nearly the entire way down the field.
I just felt like the timing of everything. It was on time. It had energy to it. It was a really good drive. As good a drive as that we've probably seen this year.
I agree.
Ortiz gets the kick up through the uprights. It's good. James Clemens, 8:56 remaining in the first quarter. They strike first, goes 75 yards on the opening drive. 7-0. Jets on top. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS+.
Since 2014, Honest Coffee Roasters has believed that coffee should be both delicious and of the highest quality. Full-service craft coffee shops locally owned in Madison and Huntsville, they source their coffee directly from farmers around the world, so they know the quality in each cup. And not only coffee, breakfast, lunch, acai bowls, and seasonal treats, too. Order online at honesthsv.coffee. Honest Coffee Roasters, located at 92 Shorter Street in Madison and 114 Clinton Avenue East, number 106 in Huntsville. Honest Coffee Roasters.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS+. As the Jets strike first, going 75 yards on a beautiful drive. Makes a little pass, makes a little run. Gideon goes in for his 8th touchdown on the season. in 4 games. How about that, guys?
I bet we don't squib
or 5
kick.
games.
I bet we don't squib kick.
No,
here.
we're going to put this thing up.
He got
See that flag down there behind the end zone?
30-mile-an-hour wind behind him.
Here
So
comes that
he's
slow
slow.
approach.
Kick is up. High end over end kick. It's going to be way fair caught into the end zone. So Spain Park, with their high-powered offense, comes out for their first drive of the evening. So we get a chance to see this Clemson commit quarterback that we've heard so much about.
Well, and not only that, but when you got at least 2 offensive linemen with D1 offers, you got a running back with multiple D1 offers, including Miami. I think receivers and tight end both have offers. So lots of talent on this side of the ball. This is going to be the test tonight on both teams, right? Who can stop who?
Well, and who can sustain drives maybe more so than anything.
Yeah. Oh, and so you don't always have your defense out there.
Yes.
So you've got the quarterback, that is Brock Bradley. Behind him is the running back, Takari Shanks. Now they put 2 men in motion. That's a big guy in motion. That was one of the tackles. So they're going to overload the far side of the line and going to give it to Shanks. Shanks trying to, no, they're going to fake the handoff as a read option and a flare pass. Beautiful play design there by Spain Park on their first play to pick up the first down.
Yeah, they faked out our inside linebackers and maybe our corner and Kirk Pierce as well.
He definitely did.
That was a good play call and play execution.
And I tell you, I was watching the running back the whole time, and he carried that all the way into the line.
He carried a strong fake.
The old Peyton Manning fake right there. He was an excellent guy on that right there.
So you see
He's got kind of a Peyton Manning look.
He does. So you got Shanks behind. Yeah.
No, his forehead's not as large.
Trips to the near side. They're going to hand it to Shanks. Shanks is a big back, and he's going to rumble forward for about 6 yards. So a nice pickup to get to the 40-yard line.
You didn't have to be a big back to run through that hole. I'm not sure what they did, but there was nobody on this side of that offensive line. I mean, they just opened up a hole. You could drive a truck.
And I'll tell you something else to watch tonight. We lost Jay Young last week with an ACL tear, and we've started the last couple of weeks to call James Hollins number 41's number. He's going to get a lot of opportunities tonight filling that hole.
No question.
So pistol formation for Bradley. Puts a man in motion, one closest to us, too. Going to give the handoff to Shanks again. Shanks trying to find a hole, and then he's going to be met right there at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. But they're going to say he got 1 yard, so it's going to be 3rd and a yard to go. They need to get to the 42 to get the first down.
We're greatly undersized defensively every week, but this week probably more than any. And credit Tank Ezel on that play right there, because he took on 2.5 maybe even blockers and helped them stuff that where our linebackers could fill.
And Hayes did a great job of coming and filling that lane and finishing tackle.
So now they got the man in motion with these 2 wideouts to the near side. Nice move. We had him in the backfield, and he tries to spin out, but he does fall forward for a pickup of 2 and the first down.
Yeah, Tank was going to have a chance at him, but as soon as he had to put his foot in the ground, he got top heavy.
Did you see he had both hands on his head like I had a shot?
I had a shot.
Now, I tell you what, that Dakari Shanks, they got him listed at 5'9" and right under 200 pounds.
I'm impressed. Gosh, how big that offensive line is and how big the back is.
Yeah, those are some big kids. Young men, if you will. So, again, 1 split to either side. Bradley in the pistol. Now they're going to shift. Man, they overload that far side, don't they?
Do.
So now the man in motion, number 17. Finally, get the handoff to Shanks. Shanks barrels his way forward,
job,
maybe for some positive yards.
Yeah.
They're going to say he crossed the 45 down to about the 46. Short gain there, so the defensive line doing their job.
Well, and credit all of our defense right there doing what they've done all year, running to the football. I mean, we get the guy stalemated there just past the line of scrimmage, and then everybody's running to the football.
So here we go, 2nd down and 7 for the Jaguars of Spain Park.
Man, this front line answers the age-old question, don't they? Where's the beef?
They're there.
Is that a movie quote? No,
that's not.
Just a commercial.
Old commercial.
So 2 splits to the near side. Going to fake the hand. No, they're going to give it to him. I tell you, man, he's got a handoff fake. But Shanks does take it short of the 50. So he'll be down to about the 49-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and about 5.
DJ Davis that time kind of the backside guard wrapped around, and DJ Davis gave him kind of a head fake in there, and he got him off balance, and he was able to slip around him and make the initial contact with the running back.
So now 3rd and a long 4 is what we're looking at. Just
It's big right here.
It is.
Early big.
Yeah, this is a big time down for us defensively.
So they went trips to the far side, pistol formation, Shanks and Bradley in the backfield. Going to fake the handoff, going to swing pass it out to the tight end.
Oh.
He catches it. We had him locked up, but he was able to get around the corner and pick up the first down as he went into Jets territory down to the 45-yard line. So 1st and 10, Jaguars.
Well, I think we were in position to make a play on him out there, but they had blockers stacked up, and DJ Davis was our free player, but he was too far inside.
Well, the receiver did a good job of sealing that outside where he could get around him.
So they've got the tight end number 8 for them with that big club thing on his hand, and he is also 6'7".
You know, and he was a guy that had some offers listed online, so they're not going to throw to him tonight, I bet.
I don't think so.
Well, it'd be tough with that huge Q-tip.
So, again, little read option, faking the handoff. Nice spiral pass.
Oh, he picked off!
It's picked off!
God, if he could have cut that ball.
Oh, if it one cut, man, and he's got a chance. He read that perfectly.
Dowdell with the interception.
Dowdell.
No, was it?
Yes, Dowdell
Number 6.
with another interception. No, it was number 6.
Okay.
Yeah,
It just looks like an 8.
but he did. He read that, kind of teased Bradley a little bit, kind of baited him.
He
and
did. He was
threw it out
playing
there.
behind the receiver, and it was almost like a high-low concept defensively, so to speak. So he throws it over the underneath back,
Well, and with that
and he
single
came
route-
over the top.
Well, in a single route in front of him, he had no worries of anybody getting over the top of him and could attack.
So now Evers under center, going to give it to the fullback. That's Barry.
Trap
Barry
play.
goes right to the 45-yard line of Spain Park. But I tell you, and going back into that's where the wind, I think, caught that ball just a little bit on that interception.
Because he's throwing into the wind
That's
down
right.
the field. And look, if he could have made that cut back inside the guy that tackled him,
he might be gone.
he may have been gone.
So 2nd and about 6 for the Jets at the Spain Park 45-yard line. You've got Gideon and Barry in the backfield. 2 splits to the far. That's Little and Doty.
Oh, no.
Bad snap.
Well, it wasn't a bad snap. It was probably a good snap, but it hit the motion man. It hit Achenbach as he was coming in motion. It hit Achenbach in the leg.
Well, I'm a
But
bit curious
they whistled
on
it
what the
dead.
call is. They whistled it dead. That's, you would think that'd be a live ball.
Yeah, it would have been a live ball, but obviously we had something else happen.
So fall,
we
they're going to
moved
say,
early.
yeah. So false start on James Clemens. That's going to move us back 5 yards.
We got lucky there because that ball's live.
Yep.
And it was going to be a scramble to see who got on top. I think we had the best shot at getting it, but everybody kind of just stood and looked around, I guess, because of that whistle.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 now, back to the 50 for the Jets after the big interception by Dowdell. So now I formation, Barry and Gideon in the backfield. Again,
What just
big
happened
bad
again?
snap
Well,
there.
Somebody moved early, and when that happened, Evers gets a snap and he just goes.
And now his helmet comes off.
He's trying to make a play.
So I tell you, the that nose tackle is a big hoss of a man. And he came through there and hit
So
Evers, and now Evers has got to come out.
He's got to come out.
Or you got to
Play.
use a timeout, right?
Yeah, I think they're just going to pull Evers, and probably what you'll have is a direct snap to Doty.
And you got another false start.
Is they're going to move us? No, they didn't call a false start.
Oh, yeah, he did. Referee just gave it in the middle of everybody.
So, okay, now you got to back it up to the 45.
I wonder why he goes back to step those off. To put on a good show.
Yes, so. All right, so 2nd and 15 as Doty in at quarterback. Barry to his left, Little close to us, trips the rest of the way on the other side. So now Doty takes the direct snap, finds a hole, finally gets pushed. Man, he was hit straight up.
That linebacker did not even attempt to wrap him
Curley. E.J. Curley is a thick human being, by the way.
up. Yeah, EJ brought them Volt-colored cleats and just thumped Ty Doty after he broke through.
Now, Doty did pick up 6 yards, so it'll be 3rd and 9.
You know, in this situation, going this direction, nothing wrong with taking a chance downfield. I mean,
No,
you
not
got
at
the
all.
wind behind you instead of in your face.
So let's test their secondary out a little
Yeah,
bit.
really got to worry about overthrowing people.
Yes.
Because that wind is coming hard from the south end zone towards the north.
For those of you listening, that's right to left.
Yes,
You like the way I did my radio voice.
I did. Kim Bro.
Listening to radio go.
So now we're going trips to the far side, empty backfield. We got 2 splits to the near. Evers in at quarterback, looking to pass. Drops back, throws it across the middle to Doty. Doty makes the catch at the 40, gets the first down to about the 38-yard line.
You know what? A good play call. We found a weakness there in the middle. We obviously split those guys out by using our outside receivers, right? Doty, if you're going to cover anybody with extra coverage or an extra set of eyes, it needs to be Ty Doty. And he just slips into the middle right around the first down marker.
So I formation, going to hand it off to Gideon. Gideon looking for a hole. Again, finds his way through, down to the 25-yard line, makes several defenders miss. Another first down and a 15-yard pickup there for the Jets.
Should have been a flag. They're running a guy off late over there, and he was not off the field before they snapped that ball.
So 1st and 10, James Clemens trying to put another score on the board with 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter before we got to give up the wind.
So if we pick up 5 yards right here, we're in field goal range, correct?
Absolutely. I'm not so sure we're not in field goal range
With
right
the
now.
win, we might be in
win,
field goal range right now.
So man in motion. I formation, hand it off to Gideon.
Good hole.
Nice, and it closed up fast, but he still falls forward for positive yards.
I mean, those guys are scraping. We talk about the size, and they got size on the defensive front as well, but those linebackers are scraping hard. And when we say scrape, we're talking about fighting right off the butts of those defensive linemen to fill those gaps. They don't have a lot of depth between them and the defensive line.
And you saw a big hole there, and the guy just slipped off a DT late. Derek Thomas right there, just enough to get a piece of MJ.
I'll tell you what, A.J. Kelly was in motion there and was really able to get out there and help open that hole up from the tight end position. So now we got a I formation again. Little trap. Now it's going to be a roll. Evers looking to pass. Throws it across the middle. We got Achenbach.
Achenbach
get a touchdown. Fall forward. You got 6-7 on him. Touchdown, James Clemens. Achenbach. Looking for that Aston the other night.
We talked about, that's his third reception of the season.
Touchdown.
That's his first touchdown. Yeah, we talked to him about that the other night. Does the guy want the ball in his hands more? Yes. I mean, if they target me. But what a job by Evers right there of rolling against his body, okay? And he's obviously looking on the outside, but he finds Achenbach sitting down in the middle, kind of along the hash, and delivers that ball. What a good read by Evers.
So Ortiz's extra point is good with 2:19 remaining in the first quarter. Jets with a 14-0 lead after the interception by Dowdell. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. More Jets action right here on PAS Plus.
When Keith and Amy Richards went on a Greek vacation in 1997, their goal was to create savory foods from simple ingredients. Thus, Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe was born with their healthy spin on traditional Greek food in the form of salads, gyros, sandwiches, and soups. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe, located at 105 Brookridge Drive, Suite A, just off Highway 72 in Madison. Open Monday through Sunday, 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Call 724-6554 or visit them online at tzatziki'scafe.com. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe. Originality is our nationality.
James Clemens football on PAS Plus. James Clemens with a 14-0 lead with 2:19 remaining in the opening quarter. A nice 21-yard touchdown reception, Evers to Achenbach, and we definitely used the win to our advantage, fellas.
Yeah, we talked about opportunity going right to left. We talked about the opportunity to throw the ball downfield, and we did it twice on that drive very successfully.
Well, and you also saw it work against them because you got a Clemson commit that we know can throw the ball.
Super arm strength.
And probably is used to cutting through wind pretty easily. And the throw was on target. It was going
to be yes.
But it just had not enough pace to it to get there before we could make a break on it and set up that touchdown with the interception.
Velocity is a word we use.
Velocity.
So two splits to either side. Quarterback in the backfield, going to hand it off to Shanks up the middle. Shanks uses that big body to push forward for 5 yards. It's 2nd down and 5 as he gets to the 25-yard line.
You know, we struggle with that guy on first contact, and why wouldn't you? I mean, he looks about 210.
Yeah, they got him listed at 196, but I don't believe that.
He looks about 210, 220 with all his pads on, and he runs low, and behind those pads, he runs hard.
Shanks in the backfield, going to hand it to him again. He finds a hole. He tries to make his way forward, gets the first down. That whole pile is moving as it's just a standoff right there at the 45.
Good grief.
Finally falls down at the what is that, the 44? Yeah.
And if it's an 11-on-11 pushing match, when it looked like both teams were piled up, I got a feeling we may lose that size-wise.
Well,
so Shanks comes out limping.
You know, physics is going to take over in that situation.
So the big running back Shanks comes out holding his thigh, runs off under his own power. So now we got a new running back. They look like they're going to go empty backfield with trips to the near and 2 splits to the far side.
And I don't know if this is going to be dangerous for our defense or not.
So we'll see. It looks like we're going a little zone coverage here as quarterback drops back to pass, finds a
and that's why
plenty of room, and he gets the first down as he decides to keep it himself. Boy, he is fast.
That's why that can be very dangerous for us. I mean, you almost have to put a spy or something in there, which is going to take a backfield defender away from you.
So the quarterback, Bradley, takes off and sprints for about 14 yards for the first down, just still shy of James Clemens' territory. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 47. Screen pass over to the wide receiver, number 7, fights his way through, still on his feet, falls forward to about the 31. So they're in James Clemens' territory, and now high-powered offense is quickly moving.
Yeah, they know how to move the ball.
And it was set up well. I mean, we were. I don't know if we were bringing pressure out there, but it seemed like we had 5 guys in the backfield, and they popped right over the top of us.
Well, we haven't played a lot of screen teams, and so when you're used to rushing the quarterback, especially with extra defenders, and then all of a sudden those guys quick release you, there's no way to catch it in time.
So Shanks comes in, the big running back, number 20 for the Jaguars. Bradley in front of him. 2 splits to the near side. Now 2 people in motion to the far side. Now another man in motion from the near. Going to give the handoff to Shanks. Shanks slips, falls, pushed back as Hunter Harrison comes in there and makes Hayes Harrison makes the stop.
Hayes Harrison was going to leave no doubt that he was down.
And he did a good job, the running back did, of holding on to that ball, because when Hayes hit him, he latched onto that ball, and they went backwards about 5 yards, both of them holding on to that football.
Yeah, Hayes Harrison's legs never quit driving.
So loss of 3 on the play. We're down to 13 seconds, so Spain Park says we're going to take some time and get the win behind us.
I promise you they're going to wait and let this clock run out. They want to go the other way.
So 3, 2, 1, that'll do it for the first quarter. James Clemens with a 14-0 lead over Spain Park. You're listening to Jets football on PAS+.
Since 2014, Honest Coffee Roasters has believed that coffee should be both delicious and of the highest quality. Full-service craft coffee shops locally owned in Madison and Huntsville, they source their coffee directly from farmers around the world, so they know the quality in each cup. And not only coffee, breakfast, lunch, acai bowls, and seasonal treats, too. Order online at honesthsv.coffee. Honest Coffee Roasters, located at 92 Shorter Street in Madison and 114 Clinton Avenue East, number 106 in Huntsville. Honest Coffee Roasters. Applebee's Tailgate Talk wants to recognize our local athletes, and you can help. Go to tailgatetalk.net throughout the school year to vote for the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. The winner will receive a gift card from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and a t-shirt from Gotcha Covered Screen Printing and more. Submit your own nominations for future polls, too. While you're there, check out the Tailgate Talk archives and see what you might have missed. That's the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Cast your vote today from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and 1080 WKAC.
Welcome back to James Clemens football right here on PAS+. Getting ready for second quarter action. James Clemens 14-0 lead over Spain Park. Spain Park 2nd and 12 from the James Clemens, looks like the 33-yard line as we start the second quarter. As the Bradley in at quarterback, Shanks behind him, 2 splits. Now everybody goes in motion.
Bradley.
It's a good name.
He's in the pistol. Now he puts another man in motion. Going to fake the handoff. Yep, this is reverse. Saw that one coming. Faking the handoff to Shanks, and they're going to give it to number 1. Weaving his way through, finally drug down from behind. Short of the goal line, he gets the first down and gets 1st and goal, Spain Park, from the 3-yard line.
I haven't seen it executed like that many times. The end man over here looks like he's going to pull around the entire line, but as he takes his pull step, he just kind of reverse pivots and rolls back out. It allows that line to get out there in front of him, and they executed a reverse really, really well.
When you had a great effort by Jock Dennis right there for us, 36, to run in pursuit, because he was going into the end zone.
Oh, yeah.
And he came from the backside and ran it down and dove and barely got him by his jersey.
So the big ones are in now for Spain Park as they've gone I formation. Now put the man in motion, and they're going to do a fake sweep, and as a rollout, and quarterback's just going to keep it himself on that fake toss.
So
and that was that little Spain Park touchdown, the Peyton Manning a la fake toss, and then he kind of kept it himself. And
we didn't see Peyton run that many.
No, we did not.
Not many.
But look, we had nobody out there.
No.
Like, he could have run in. There was a wide open receiver that came out of the backfield. I guess it was the tight end that was in motion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's 2 plays in a row. We've got really fooled by misdirection.
So Spain Park lines up for the extra point. Kick is up. Kick is good. So they've cut the deficit in half. 14-7 your score. James Clemens still on top. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Jets football on PAS Plus.
Are pests invading your home or business? Mosquitoes embedded on your property? Maybe excessive crawl space moisture has attracted unwanted visitors. Then call Red Hawk Pest Control, offering residential and commercial pest control, mosquito and brown recluse management, stinging insect control, foundation vents, and many other services to North Alabama and Southern Tennessee. Red Hawk aims to be more than just a service provider. They want to build a long-term relationship with each customer. Call Red Hawk Pest Control at 256-975-8817. Visit them on Facebook or online at redhawkpestcontrol.com.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus. You can check out the PAS Plus mobile app. It's always your connection to our live streams and a whole lot more. You can also check us out on Instagram, Threads, and X, and look for PAS Network on Facebook. We'll keep you updated on scores via score stream tonight and throughout the week. 14-7 your score, 11:20 remaining in the opening half. James Clemens on top, and here's the kickoff. High end-over-end kick to the end zone. Doty's going to field it in the end zone, and it's a touchback. So 1st and 10, James Clemens from their own 20.
Can we keep that momentum going in the opposite direction into the win? That's going to be the big test. We've started off so hot and played so well offensively so far. Is it going to be something that's a physical block? Because Spain Park didn't do much going that way, but they did in 2 plays went the other way, even though they didn't even throw it. It'll be interesting to see how we handle that with the win.
So right off the bat, we're going to go with Barry in the backfield to the right of Evers. We're going to do trips to the near side, Little, Lively, and Doty. Closest to us. Now Barry goes to the other side of Evers. Now Doty comes in motion to the backfield. Stops beside Evers. Going to hand it off to Doty. Doty looking for a crease. Good blocking out there on the far side to pick up 5 yards.
You know, we talk about Cam and MJ, the way they hit the hole, but Ty Doty is not shy of sticking it up in there.
And did I hear it right during the broadcast? He likes getting the handoff?
He does. He said that. This is a new little wrinkle in his game here. He loves to.
And I think he enjoys it, he said.
He just wants the ball in his hands.
So now you've got 2nd and 5, be a short 5, almost a long 4, if you will, as now we go under center with the I formation with Gideon and Barry in the backfield. Handing it off to Gideon. Gideon looking for a hole. Makes one man miss. No, and he finally kind of grabbed on in his jersey and rode him down to the 25-yard line. So a loss of about a yard on that play.
Well, that's, every week we've talked about the way these guys run through arm tackles. You're not going to be able to run through arm tackles against these guys the same way. I mean, these are big dudes. You're obviously strong, very physical. When they get hold of you, it's going to be hard to run through.
I feel like this is the largest team we've seen as far as just thick kids. Not overweight, just thick, good-looking athletes.
Yep.
Well, that number 99 is just a shade under 300. So he's at 290 is what they've got him listed as. So now Doty in motion. Evers takes the snap, rolls to the near side, throws it over into the flat. Doty makes the catch at the 30, still stays on his feet at the 35. Finally goes out of bounds. First down, James Clemens.
Well, he could have had his choice there. A.J. Little, they ran kind of a pattern following each other. A.J. cut to the inside right there towards the numbers, and Doty stayed on the sidelines, and they're both open in that hole right there.
It's a good play design, and it wasn't an easy throw. It almost had to dump pass it over a couple guys.
And that's why I thought he may go to A.J. because there was a clear lane to him.
So now Doty's going to go in at quarterback. So you got Barry and Gideon on either side of him with Little split to the far side.
This is a dangerous backfield.
So Doty's going to keep it himself on the direct snap. Cuts back inside. Spin move past the 40 down to the 41-yard line. So nice little pickup again.
Did you see who is Derek Thomas just drove one of their guys behind our sideline? I mean, he drove a kid into our sideline. He ended up back here by the tents.
So 2nd and 4 for James Clemens. Got to get to the 45-yard line.
Now, I will say this. Walking that field earlier, if you hit the ground with any momentum whatsoever, you're going to slide. There's going to be some hydroplaning.
Well, now looking at it, the poor corner had Derek Thomas on him.
So the handoff to Gideon. Gideon hits that hole hard and fast. Tries to push his way forward to the 45. They're going to say he's right at the 45. Do they give him the first down? Yes, they do. Moving those chains. First down, James Clemens.
Something this defensive front is doing that we haven't seen a lot of. is kind of attacking the shoulder of those offensive linemen. As we're trying to create a crease, they're just creating separation and then waiting to see where the back goes and break that and go after the back.
Great coaching right there.
Well,
for the
you got to
DL.
have strong defensive linemen.
Strong.
You got to have guys with some wingspan so they can get off that ball.
Well, and great leverage. Have your eyes up. Have distance in your arms.
So I formation with Gideon and Barry in the backfield. Going to hand it off to Gideon again. Gideon cuts back to the inside, finds himself a lane, falls forward into Jaguar territory, gets to the 45. Move those chains, fellas. First down, James Clemens.
All right, what I love that Coach Truitt did right there is we used their defensive pursuit against them, and we've been successful in different games of doing that, but we do it with the zone, right? We go wide zone, which is their bread and butter, and then use that backside if the zone crease isn't there. I'm not real sure what the intent on that was, but it was set up, obviously, to go against their pursuit.
So, again, I formation. Going to hand it off to Doty this time. Doty finds himself a hole, makes several people miss, and pushes his way forward to the 30. James Clemens with a first down. And we asked Ty the other night during the podcast, Coach Johnson, I don't know if you heard us, but we were asking him, we've been waiting on a big game from him, and tonight looks like it's feed Doty time.
He's got a little more energy about him tonight than he has, and I don't know if he's just finally in football shape. We talked about that early in the season. They kind of limited his touches, but, boy, he looks like his old self that we saw last year. And with using him in the backfield, you got all three of those guys. They're going to stay fresher and being able to rotate those guys in and out.
That's huge.
So we keep Doty in the backfield in the I formation. Barry is the up back. So again, handing it off to Doty to the far side. Doty slips through some tackles. One more man to make miss. He grabs him by the ankles and twists him down out of bounds at about the 15, 14-yard line. First down. James Clemens.
A.J. Kelly that time, and we talked to both him and Achenbach, on the podcast last week, and both those guys just want contact. Coach Dodd said the one word, physicality for these tight ends, right? That time, A.J. Kelly was physical. He took that defensive end and just drove him out.
Did you see our young quarterback?
Yes.
That kid, got knocked silly over there. He's over there helping him up.
Might have been the one that A.J. Kelly destroyed.
Just a nice kid.
Evers under center, hands it off to Gideon. Gideon's going to be met in the backfield, tries to turn around to go the other way. Makes some positive, but he still loses about a yard, maybe two.
Yeah, that's going to be really tough for us because if we're met in the backfield at all, slipping that guy is just going to allow too much time for other defenders to get there.
Especially with the way the field is and slips.
Any penetration whatsoever is going to kill us offensively.
Got a little chippy down there at the end of that play as well.
So loss of 2 on the play, down to the 15-yard line. James Clemens going to hand it off to Barry on a quick handoff up the middle. Barry fights his way forward for 2 yards back to the original line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 10, we got to get to the 3 for a 1st and goal.
Well, and this is where it's going to be interesting because you got that wind in your face and you're not sure about that field goal situation. So you start thinking, is this a 4-down territory and not taking a chance on a field goal?
Evers comes out. We got Doty coming in. We know he's going to be like a wildcat, so to speak. Let's see what they've got drawn up right here. I don't think in this win we do. Earlier, maybe.
So Doty, not under center, he is in shotgun as the rain is coming down, and you can see the wind. Now we're going to go splits.
Wait a minute. We got A.J. Kelly as our wide man right here.
So Achenbach and Gideon.
Oh, he's taking his glove off.
So Doty takes the snap. It's a high snap. Tries to go to the far side. Tries to make one man miss. Finally tackled out of bounds, past the 10, down to the 7-yard line.
So this goes with us running our quarterback off and going in that wildcat. It makes you think that this is 4 downs going into that wind.
100%.
Especially look at that rain starting to come down.
Oh, the rain is blowing
wind
in.
Wind is howling.
45-degree angle. This flag hasn't laid down at all, and that's a big flag, guys.
So you got 23 seconds on the play clock. We're at under 5.5 minutes left in this opening half. James Clemens with a 14-7 lead.
Well, we know Coach Truitt. Look for something cheap here to try to get a first down, right? Look to try and draw them off.
We're going to take a timeout, I bet.
I bet we do
talk
too.
About it.
Yeah.
Agreed. But look
for
a hard count. Look for a shift. Look for something to draw these guys off sides and try to get a first down.
So smart play there by Coach McGee because, hey, we want to keep their offense off the field as long as we can. So that takes us to our first timeouts, which is time for our timeout with Tzatziki's. You can go online to pasplus.net and enter your name for timeout with Tzatziki's and listen to our first timeout of each James Clemens game as we announce the winner of a gift card from Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe just off of Highway 72 in Madison. Actually, the gift card is good for a chicken feast for 4, a family feast at Tzatziki's. And tonight's winner is Chris Coleman. Chris Coleman,
All right,
congratulations. You are our Timeout with Taziki's winner. You receive a family feast for 4. It's a chicken dinner from Taziki's, and I promise you, that shaved beef sandwich we had before the game tonight, spot on with that horseradish.
Little horseradish cream sauce.
A little bit of onions, man, that grilled onions. Get out of here with that.
Look at Clay Coleman with the Eddie Rabbit.
Love a rainy night, baby.
So Chris Coleman, congratulations. You are our Taziki's winner.
All right, let's go Jets.
So 4th down, big play here. Doty in at quarterback.
The Wildcat.
He's got 4 receivers.
Now we bring
Check
everybody
that.
in tight.
He had 4
He
receivers.
had 4. Now we got 2 tight ends and a full backfield.
We jumped. Barry jumped.
And I don't know that we weren't trying to do that anyway.
I think so.
And here comes the field goal unit. I bet we were trying to just draw them off sides, and we got ourselves. And it's so disappointing coming out of a timeout. You know they just sat there and discussed, look, we're going to run you out there. We're going to shift in. We're going to go hard count. Stay still.
On the flip side, during a timeout, they're telling their guys, don't jump.
Yeah.
Watch the ball. Don't move.
So now,
interesting right here.
So it's going to be a 30-yard field goal attempt by Ortiz.
Well, we know he's got the leg.
But he is kicking into the wind, and that is a
into the wind.
Straight on kick.
Get in
Good
there.
job.
And good.
With some room to
Ortiz kicks it in from 30 yards.
He had some Tito's.
I tell you, man, he put that through. 17-7 your score with 5:04 remaining in the opening half. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, more Jets action right here on PAS Plus.
Whether you're an experienced golfer or a total beginner, Madison Golf Center has the largest, most up-to-date practice range in North Alabama, including a complete teaching center with the best and most experienced instructional staff available at your convenience. Madison Golf Center features the most complete driving range facility around, with a large grass tee area allowing for 100 hitting stations a day with a 14-day rotation. Open every day year-round and located at 401 Lime Quarry Road, between Wall Trina and Hughes Road. Madison Golf Center.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus. 17-7 your score, 5:04 remaining in the opening half. James Clemens on top, and we'll have some halftime stuff for you. It's our North Alabama Gas District halftime show. We'll get you some scores and talk a little bit about the first half. We're going to interview. Hey, I know what we're going to do. We're going to interview and talk a little bit of baseball and softball at halftime. Hi.
Good idea.
Hi, just kind of a nice little high kick. What do you call
Just
that?
sky kick.
Sky kick right there. And it's going to be fielded at the 30. He waved fair catch. So good job there by Ortiz.
Yeah, excuse me. Very good sky kick right there. And that's probably a smart play. You know the wind's going to hold that thing up anyway.
So we're going to talk at halftime to Coach Johnson and Coach Kimbrough, talk to them about their clubs coming up in the spring, some baseball and softball action as we get ready for that during halftime. You know, every now and then you get so excited and things just kind of come out and you don't know what to say.
How about we say, let's hold them right here?
I agree. 1st and 10, Jaguars from their own 30. Going to fake the handoff to Shanks. Looking to pass. He's got a man down deep. Just overthrows, and that's exactly what we talked about. If you're throwing deep into the wind.
Adjustment, yep.
And look, here's the beautiful thing. He is a passer, right?
Absolutely.
Obviously. It's going to affect him maybe even more than us because we don't pass the ball a lot. You know what I mean? Like, we don't pass the ball a lot.
Joke's on you, buddy, for throwing it.
We've made a bunch of short little passes.
Yes.
We've got the 3 running backs, you know, and so, you know, they're used to being able to sit back there and let him throw, and it may be a hard night for them.
So Bradley in the pistol, going to hand it off to Shanks. Shanks tries to find a hole. It closes up. He makes that man miss quick. I tell you what, though, it was number 22 for James Clemens. Mason Rose had him in the backfield, but he put a move on him, but still got 5 yards on the carry.
Yeah, that looked like one of those moves you'd see in like a football movie that's not real, but it works. Like 3 shuffles with the, 3 shimmies.
He's got some quick feet for a running back of that size.
Well, there's a reason he's got offers from Miami and Troy and all these places.
I tell you. So they look over to the sidelines. Right now it looks like they're going to go with 2 splits to the near side on this 3rd and a long 4 for Spain Park in their own territory at the 36-yard line. Man in motion from near to far side. Going to hand it off to Shanks. Shanks makes 2 men miss, files forward to the 41, picks up the first down. So a good hard run there by Shanks.
You know, he's slowing his pace down as far as running the football. He's looking now for opportunities to make guys miss rather than just stick it up in there. And the other thing, on the pass plays, I'm impressed how long the quarterback holds that ball in the running back's belly.
Yeah,
he holds it there a long time on play action.
Well, and
it's not a token fake.
And that's what you see from next-level quarterbacks.
100%.
You know, you watch guys in college and pro ball, they're going to ride that as long as they can.
Well,
so they put 2 men in motion. Man, they got that tackle that they put in motion.
That's
number
2.5.
77. Holy cow.
He's big. So they're going to hand it off to Shanks. He's going to be met in the backfield. You know who that is? James Hollins. Coach Johnson, you called it earlier. We needed a big game from him. And look at him getting down there, getting excited.
Well, and, you know, Jay Young has been such a good pickup for us this year. He's kind of blossomed into this guy that gets off the ball really quick and does all these things. And with him being out, you got to have somebody fill that hole. We've seen glimpses of that this season from him.
Yeah.
He has to step up and do it more often and play good assignment football and all those things that he has to do as a starter now.
He shot the gap right there and created a tackle for about a 3-yard loss.
So that junior got in there from the defensive end slot. Now empty backfield for Bradley. We look like we're coming with a corner blitz. He gets rid of that quarterback. The quarterback gets rid of it. It's
Great
tipped.
job right here on the blitz because that's
that.
a screen pass. That's a screen pass, and we're bringing extra defenders. If they complete that, they've got all kind of numbers out here. The fact that he got up and tipped that ball just created a deflection.
I'll tell you what else
That's
they
their
did.
other
And
running back.
unfortunately, the other running back's down on the field, number
CJ
26.
Cowley.
But I tell you, as he was going up to try to catch the deflection, we went ahead and gave him a hard
we
shove.
popped him. Yep.
And so got him down. So he hit that ground a little bit harder than I think he wanted to.
It's
So
like
he
it's
is-
an ankle.
Yeah, the way he hit, man, it's a little bit.
Well, you know, and in all honesty, the way everybody was bunched up for that screen block, he might have come down on someone else's foot.
That's
and
true.
rolled. You know, I mean, there's a lot of things that could have happened right there. But
It
he did
wasn't-
take a shot while he was in the air.
It was a clean play, and just unfortunate that it happened. And he's still down on the field with 2:55 remaining in this opening half and a 17-7 lead. Now listen up. You can go to your Amazon Echo device and say, Alexa, open PAS Plus, and hear our coverage of James Clemens football in crystal clear quality.
Do you have an Alexa?
No, I do not have
I'm scared of those things.
Now he gets up and he is being helped off the field, and I think you're right, Coach. I think it was his ankle, the way he's dragging it.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Johnny Johnson is as observant as they come.
Hey, and we were talking about those offensive linemen. I just looked. Jaden Craig, 77, the one that went in motion.
Yeah.
6'3", 330.
Man and a half. He's a man and a half.
And there's another guy down there that just walked out with him. I think
About rivals him, yeah.
Yeah.
I said 99 was under 300. They've got him listed at 330. I was looking at the wrong one.
I was going to say 290 must have been his preseason weight when they were conditioning every day.
So he's 330. So 3rd down and 14 as they've got to get to the James Clemens 48. They are currently at their own 39-yard line. So they're going to go with one split to the far side. You've got Shanks and Bradley in the backfield. Snap. Drop back to pass. Got a pocket. Finds himself some room to the far side. Plenty of time to pass.
Gotta keep
Looking
moving,
to throw.
gotta
He
keep
throws
moving.
it downfield, throws it out of bounds. Incomplete pass, 4th down. Got a punt.
What a coverage play, because as much as he scrambled and had time for his receivers to kind of scramble, drill, move around, we stayed with him and left him with nowhere to throw the football.
Well, and Tank Ezel did a great job of staying with that play because he was kind of out of the play early, and he took off of the sideline and did not allow that quarterback to –
I'm just waiting for Doty to back up.
Sorry, people. I'm talking, and Kirk's like swatting across my
I was
face.
trying to get Doty to back up because this punt's going to sail. No, it does not.
No, he kept it short.
Got the bad,
that's what I do.
Snap.
But he takes a good bounce for Spain Park. Doty's going to field it on the bounce at the 20.
Smart.
And then just falls forward at the 22.
Saved us some yards right
He
there by
probably
going
did.
ahead and getting that big hop.
Well, going back to that play, Coach, and the other thing is Hollins had a shot at Bradley, but he was able to get around. The blocker was able to bring him down. But still, we did have eyes on Bradley as he was rolling to not give him that field to run up on.
And that's what I was getting at before I got swatted at. Tank Ezel did a great job of staying with him and sprinting to the sideline and not going pursuit at his back hip and getting outrun. He went flat across and stayed in front of him where he could not just take off and run. He had to think about throwing.
Guys, the reason I'm so impressed and so happy about our secondary and the coverage of that is because up front we're so mismatched. If we're just rushing the quarterback, we're going to get thrown around.
So you got Barry and Gideon in the backfield. Evers going to hand it off to Barry. Barry takes that first step. It's a fast one, but he is met at the line of scrimmage and pushed back for a loss of yards. They're going to say he lost 1 yard on the play. But I tell you, his first step, I think, honestly, that's a bad setup because he's even two steps further back than Evers with Gideon as the up back on that. So it's a little bit of a weird setup back there, and Barry wasn't able to hit that hole.
Well, and we talked about the penetration earlier. There wasn't penetration as in they split one of our guys, but they pushed our offensive line back into our face, he just didn't have time to decide on a hole.
So it looks like we're going to go back to the I formation with Evers under center as Barry and Gideon in the backfield.
This is my favorite.
So it's going to be a handoff to Gideon. Gideon makes a cut, tries to spin. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play either, as you've got about at least 9 jerseys wrapped around him.
Yeah. And it makes you wonder now. Look at you can see the rain coming down. The wind's still, it may have picked up, actually, in our face, and they are just daring you to do anything but run.
Well,
and they've brought everybody.
They've picked up on what we're doing. And, look, they've seen film, right? And then they've had the whole first quarter to play us. At that time, we had 4 white jerseys waiting on the back when he got to the line of scrimmage.
And there's no fear of us going down the field.
No.
Because you can't throw into this.
And we're going to take our time as it's almost right at a minute to go in the opening half.
I would.
And so we're in no hurry as we do our little line shift. And now Evers under center, 4 seconds on the play clock.
Timeout.
And we call a timeout and just ran that clock down as far as we could. So we'll take a timeout as well as James Clemens takes their second of the first half. You're listening to Jets football on PAS+.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately. Avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously.
Welcome back to James Clemens football on PAS+. 17-7 your score. James Clemens third down right now as we're just kind of milking the clock in the first half to try to get out of here with a 10-point lead. Almost at a minute left to play. 1:06 remaining in the opening half. As Evers rolls out to the near side, looking to throw into a little flat. He's got his man. Oh, and it is picked off. I tell you what, he had Lively, but just a little too far behind him, and that cornerback just stepped up and made the interception.
Well, the corner did a great job that time of kind of finishing the route. He read it, and yes, Lively was probably the best target that Evers had to go to, but that cornerback was waiting, and he just finished the route in front of Lively.
The only other option, he had Doty underneath that where he cut to that little out pattern, and we wouldn't have got the first down, but he could have completed it and given us a little more room to try to punt. But it is what it is.
Yeah, worst case scenario here, I guess. Well, not worst case, but we're giving them really good field position here with less than a minute and a half.
They have all 3 of their timeouts remaining, so they're going to take it 1st and 10 starting at the James Clemens 35. So 58 seconds remaining as you've got the big running back. Now they're Shanks, and they're going to do a double reverse.
We got it covered.
Bradley has got to run. Now he spins. Oh, my goodness. We had him wrapped up. Runs through another tackle down to the 20. Finally brought down at the 15-yard line. Guys, that was way too many missed tackles on that play.
Fake reverse to the flea flicker. And we had their deep man covered up.
We did a great job on the defensive.
The secondary had them covered up, and then we just missed way too many tackles when the quarterback scrambled.
So Spain Park decides to take their first time out of the first half, so they've got 2 remaining. You can listen for this football season on For the Wingmen, where we'll get to talk to James Clemens coaches and players every week live from Walk On Sports Bistro in Madison. You can hear it on your PAS Plus mobile app in your Alexa device or online at jcwingmen.net. And guys, we had a really good show this past Tuesday night. Coach Johnson, you weren't able to join us. That wasn't the reason.
That's why it was really good.
I wasn't going to say that.
I know where you're going with that.
But we were able to
Don't worry, I won't be back next week either.
I know, going down to Gulf Shores. But,
no.
Orange Beach.
That's right.
Yeah. So, Coach,
isn't that the same thing?
I don't know. I've only been to each of them once.
Uh-oh, look at that as they announce it right there on the big Jumbotron. Look
As
at
we're talking about wingmen, that's
Good
like right
looking
on
dude.
key.
That's
right
some
there.
big fellas right there, man. I see Homebrew. I see Lone Star. I see the captain.
Here's the question. Why is Tim not in that picture?
That's a good question. He
He
cut
got his
himself
picture
up.
made that day, didn't he?
He's the man behind the curtain.
That's it. That's what he says. So, yeah, the Wingman podcast every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, live from Walk On Sports Bistro. You can hear it right here on the PAUS Plus mobile app.
You know who's mad about not being up there? Stretch.
Yeah, we'll get him up there.
He looks so miserable down there right now in the
can't.
elements.
But I'm looking forward to the halftime stats. All right, Spain Park comes out. 2 splits to the near. Now a man in motion on the far side. Going to hand it off. Now it's going to be another
Now it's
little
a real
reverse. And now they're looking to throw it.
Oh, we
Now
missed the tackle.
Makes one man miss. Gets up to the 5.
Ooh.
Still on his feet. Short of the 5-yard line, down to the 6. So it's going to be short of first and goal. Nope, they're going to say he got the first down. So it's going to be no. Second and 1 from the 6.
Man, we had a shot right there, Pritchett did, of getting him down with a short gain or a loss, and we just missed that tackle. And then right there at the end, old Hayes Harrison came streaking across.
Yeah, we had
and
the reverse
smoked him.
covered.
Oh, absolutely.
We were in good position there, and if he could have he didn't have to go for the tackle.
No.
Just
that's
hold
the
him up.
thing right there is just kind of stalk him just long enough to get some help. But, he saw an opportunity to make a play for a loss. You can't fault the kid for wanting to make
No,
a play.
absolutely not. He was trying to make a football play.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's 33 seconds remaining in the opening half with this 17-7 lead, and Spain Park really trying to cut it down by 3 points. And I tell you what,
We get a penalty?
no. It was a timeout. So
They're
Spain
just
Park-
now moving the sticks. I
Yeah,
guess.
so it is first and goal. So
I didn't
they-
realize he got that close.
I didn't either. I thought he was at the 6. So first and goal from the 4-yard line, and then I think that Spain Park has one more timeout.
Well, it seems like they went 5 yards further. We didn't get some kind of penalty right there?
No.
Not that I'm
Penalty.
aware of.
I
but-
thought he was inside the 10, not the 5. But
Man, I know it's a lot to ask, but it'd be nice if they put one on the turf right here.
That'd be nice.
yeah, or a tackle for a loss, be a field goal attempt out of this instead of a touchdown.
So Shanks is the tailback. He is lined up at the 11 with the ball spotted at the 4. So he is really far back to get ahead of steam. You got to imagine he's going to get the handoff, and he is a load to bring
Especially
down.
with this fullback in there looking
Look at
like
that.
he is straightforward.
Look at how those linemen are down. They're on all 4s. That is a 4-down line. There we go. He pushed forward.
Oh.
He's met at the line of scrimmage.
Man,
It pushes back.
driven back.
It held up,
Nice job.
but he does
defense.
get to the 1-yard line with 23 seconds left.
I don't know who met him for the initial contact, but he stood that big back up. Whoever it was is playing above his head because he filled that gap and stuck the running back, and then you had extra help coming over the top to keep him out of the end zone.
So Spain Park takes their 3rd timeout of the half with 23 seconds remaining. 17-7 is your score.
This will be interesting right here.
Well, they're
because
going to take some chances in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll have to, but
absolutely.
you're going to have to throw, right?
Yes.
Because if we tackle them in the green,
Well, here's the deal.
you're going to have to rush your field goal unit on.
It's second down. You could run it, and then time play, hurry up, spike the ball, and have
kick the
fourth
field
down
goal.
to kick it.
Yeah, that's true.
So Spain Park comes out.
But with that quarter,
No, second
I
and
just gonna
goal.
say with that quarterback, you may
Agreed.
take a shot throwing a couple
I
times.
agree. Try and take a
or
shot.
let
in
him
the end
roll out
zone.
like he's been, and then he can just
Exactly.
walk it in if he wants to.
Well,
Well,
we've seen
from-
him riding that fake out. You may get an option. Look,
I mean, that's a great scenario. I mean, if they don't get this, if it's a quarterback sneak, and they don't, so now James Clemens is going to take their final timeout, and they're going to rush some big heavies out there onto the field.
And look how close they are to the goal line. You're right. They could just go quarterback sneak with all that beef they got up front.
All he's got to do is leave his feet and try to get that ball just across that plane.
You want to bet they go behind the right side?
You think so? That is
if we bring that extra beef in motion like they have been and overloading
Well,
the
they
left
could go to the
side,
left,
yeah.
So you can download a copy of this game or listen to it on demand by going to PASplus.net. There's a streaming schedule of all of our upcoming games and links to our mobile apps, too. You can join us next Friday night as we travel to Florence, to Brawley Stadium in your neck of the woods, Mr. Kimbrough.
Yeah, it's still home.
So we'll be over there for back into region play as we'll take on Florence over there. But tonight we've still got another half of football to play.
You know, with their win over that other school across town, this is a
big game.
big region game
Big
for
game.
us.
So second and goal from about the 1 yard line as they
the
are lined
offensive
up
line is
heavy.
dug in.
So you got Shanks at the tailback, and that is a quarterback sneak up the middle, and it looks like he got in.
Yeah.
Touchdown, Spain Park.
Easy surge, it looks like, from those guys up front.
So both teams been able to take a turnover and turn it into points and keeping Spain Park. And we knew that this game was going to be tied all the way through.
Dude, this is a premier game in the state. These are two really good football teams, both undefeated. I mean, this is a big game. And, yeah, you're not going to keep either one of these teams out of the end zone.
Well, I read an article today, and, it's way too early to tell, but talking about Coaches of the Year candidates, and both these coaches were mentioned in Coaches of the Year.
I believe it. Absolutely.
Deservingly, yeah.
So kick is up, and it goes through the uprights. It looks bad from this angle, Johnny, I know.
I'm glad you called that one.
It looked like he took a left turn and barely got it in.
Well, you don't normally have an offensive lineman kicking.
Now, with 19 seconds left, we're going to keep it here. 17-14 your score. James Clemens on top. So Ortiz's field goal, 30-yard field goal, seems to be the difference maker right here in this matchup tonight against Spain Park. So good. Both teams offensively have done really well.
Oh, yeah.
Turnovers on both. Both teams been able to capitalize on turnovers with both offenses going into the wind.
Yeah.
So there's where your turnover did.
And that's where, you're talking about making good choices as a young quarterback. You almost wish he would have hit Doty on that one and gone ahead and punted where they would have had a lot longer to go there. But, I can't complain about anything they've done offensively, really.
And Nevers really calm and composed in the backfield as quarterback. Just nice dump passes. You're not asking him to do too much.
That's the key.
He's making decisions. He's making decisions.
Yeah, that's the key. And we talked about it before. Making no decision is worse than making the wrong decision.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, make a decision. And he looks confident running the offense.
So Spain Park lines up for the kickoff. And that one's going to roll into the end zone for a touchback. So it'll be 1st and 10, James Clemens from their own 20. So listen for the James Clemens Coaches Show every Wednesday morning at 11:05 on 1080 AM WKAC, where we get to talk to Coach Chad McGee and get the inside scoop on the Jets. If you miss it, hey, just go to the WKAC sports page at WKAC1080.com and click on the James Clemens link to find the archives. So I tell you, this is spring break or fall break. Fall break starts today, and we still got a really packed student section over there. Props to
they
them.
were on
in the rain
today to get out here in the wind and the rain and weather the elements.
I'm not going to lie. There was a group of mine that were going to halftime.
So Evers takes the snap, puts his knee down. We're going to go into halftime with the score. James Clemens 17, Spain Park 14. When we come back, we're going to have the North Alabama Gas District halftime show right here on PAS+.
Here's what's on the Jets' radar. On Tuesday, JV and varsity volleyball travel to Arab for tri-matches, then head to West Morgan on Thursday. Next Friday, varsity football takes a trip to Florence. We'll be back with more coverage from PAS+.
When Keith and Amy Richards went on a Greek vacation in 1997, their goal was to create savory foods from simple ingredients. Thus, Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe was born with their healthy spin on traditional Greek food in the form of salads, gyros, sandwiches, and soups. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe, located at 105 Brookridge Drive, Suite A, just off Highway 72 in Madison. Open Monday through Sunday, 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Call 724-6554 or visit them online at tzatziki'scafe.com. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe. Originality is our nationality.
One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously.
Welcome to the James Clemens Halftime Show on PAS Plus, powered by North Alabama Gas District, serving Madison, Muscle Shoals, and Town Creek. Call 811 before you dig.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football right here on PAS Plus. Your halftime score, James Clemens on top, 17-14 over the visiting 6A team from Spain Park in a really good first half. And welcome to the North Alabama Gas District halftime show as we take a look at our North Alabama Gas District scoreboard and get you updated on some scores from around the area. Right now, Athens on top of Hazel Green, 30-7 in the second quarter. The other school, Bob Jones over Gadsden City in the second, 20-7. Grissom and Albertville knotted up at 7 apiece in the first quarter. Ardmore 16, Madison County 0. That's in the second quarter. Clements with a 21-0 lead in the second quarter over Tanner. And East Limestone with a 13-0 lead at the second quarter. And West Limestone, and it's East Limestone's homecoming tonight. So a big 13-0 score right there over their rivals from West Limestone. And that's your North Alabama Gas District scoreboard, serving Madison, Muscle Shoals, and Town Creek. Always call 811 before you dig. And want to welcome to the microphone our chief statistician, if you will, Stone Cold Stretch Austin. And Stretch, I tell you, man, the first half, pretty good offensive showing by both teams, but notably for us, the ones we care about, James Clemens.
All right, well, we'll start with the QB, Matthew Evers, with 5 of 6 passing for 69 pass yards and a pick, as well as a run for 2 yards. Going over to the rushing end of the ball, Ty Doty with 9 carries for 95 yards, MJ Gideon 9 carries for 40 yards and a touchdown, as well as Cam Berry for 3 carries for 7 yards. On the receiving end, Ty Doty 4 catches for 51 yards as well. Isaac Achenbach 1 catch, 18 yards, and on the reception touchdown. Going over to the defensive side of the ball, we have Bryson Dowdell with a tackle and a pick, DJ Davis with 4 tackles, Hayes Harrison and Jock Dennis with 3, James Hollins with a tackle and a tackle for loss, Tanky Zell with 2 tackles and a breakup, Jeremiah Pritchett, Mason Rose, Miles Taylor, and Tyler Gage also have tackles.
So, Carson, I tell you, man, when you look at the stats and you look at the way the wind's blowing, still offensively, though, those are some pretty good stats.
Yeah. I almost forgot the most important part. Anthony Ortiz, 2 for 2 on extra points and 1 for 1 on the field goal.
So, how far was the 1 for 1 on the field goal? It was 30 yards.
Yeah.
I got you, man. That's okay.
I had it written down, but, you know.
No, that's okay. No, I got you. And then that's key.
I had it written down, though.
Because that's the difference right now with the 17-14 score.
Yeah, that's the one thing that separates the teams.
Yep. So, halftime right now, 17-14 your score. James Clemens on top of Spain Park. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we want to interview the guys you hear each and every week. You hear them on the podcast. You hear them in the broadcast booth for each and every James Clemens football game. It's the coaches of baseball and softball. You might know them as Homebrew and Lone Star. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have that show continuing on with the North Alabama Gas District halftime show right here on PAS Plus.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously. Since 2014, Honest Coffee Roasters has believed that coffee should be both delicious and of the highest quality. Full-service craft coffee shops, locally owned in Madison and Huntsville, they source their coffee directly from farmers around the world, so they know the quality in each cup. And not only coffee, breakfast, lunch, acai bowls, and seasonal treats, too. Order online at honesthsv.coffee. Honest Coffee Roasters, located at 92 Shorter Street in Madison and 114 Clinton Avenue East, number 106 in Huntsville. Honest Coffee Roasters.
We know you want to look good. Chopping Blades Barbershop knows it too, and they're passionate about making their clients look great. Men, women, kids, doesn't matter. You can just walk on in their location at 7985 Highway 72 Suite 2 in Madison or call 256-325-3230. Check out Chopping Blades on Facebook too. Chopping Blades Barbershop.
At Walk-On Sports Bistro, our love for the game, community, and heart of a walk-on make you feel like family the moment you walk in. Wings, shrimp, and burgers made from scratch, wall-to-wall TVs, and signature drinks. Founded by two LSU walk-ons, Walk-On Sports Bistro brings the cuisine, the culture, and the community to life. Always fun, never forced, and our doors are open to anyone. Walk-On Sports Bistro, 8368 Highway 72 West in Madison. Walk-On Sports Bistro.
Ready to show off your film IQ? Ready to show it off during James Clemens football? Maybe it sounds like trying to mix oil and water, but hey, we're just trying to have a little fun. Listen for our in-flight movie quote during James Clemens football coverage on PAS Plus. We'll slip in a line at some point during our play-by-play commentary, and if you can identify the movie that it's from, text the answer along with your name to 434-1-PAS. That's 434-1727, and you could win a $10 credit from Honest Coffee Roasters in Madison. The in-flight movie quote from Honest Coffee Roasters and PAS Plus.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus. As in the halftime show, 17-14 is your score. James Clemens on top right here in the North Alabama Gas District halftime show. And join us in the booth right now, the softball and baseball coaches for the James Clemens Jets.
This is new assistant principal Will Jarrett.
Well, bring him
at
in.
James Clemens High School. That's what I was thinking. Is
bring him in.
People get to hear from me and Johnny all the time.
Bring him in.
What about the new guy
sit
here?
Down. One of y'all sit down.
We got new blood.
Oh, man.
New blood on county line.
See, and Johnny gives up his spot.
Real quick, too.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He didn't want to talk baseball.
He did that a lot faster than I wanted to.
He did, too. Man, have a seat. Have a seat.
I come up here to stay dry. Look, I'm too big of a sissy to stay down there. That's the only reason I'm up here.
Well, welcome to the booth, man.
Have a seat.
Welcome to the North Alabama Gas District's halftime show.
Well, thank you.
You got to be careful what you walk into.
Yeah, you kind of walked in at a bad moment. I mean, right at so 17-14, big game right now.
I know, man. Hey, offense going right by the game plan. I talked to Coach King, Coach Gideon, Coach Adcock today, and this is what we talked about: run the ball, control the clock. They did a great job of it. One little hiccup there right before half, but not a big deal. They're still, they're doing great. So
what's it like being the new assistant principal?
Well, other than our coaches of our spring sport.
Dude, that's 3 weeks in a row. I'm getting slammed there on that time guy.
Yeah. No, it's been great. Like, I tell everybody, JC here's what's funny. Everywhere I go, like at central office, wherever, somebody will say, oh, man, y'all's kids are great. And then somebody else will say, y'all's teachers are awesome. I talked to one lady the other day from central office. She said, I really love y'all's coaches at JC. And I just start laughing because everybody I talk to, they say a different group, whether it's the admin, the teachers, the staff, the coaches, and they're all right because it's an awesome place. And so, but no, I'm blessed. It's been a great start.
Well, we had one of the players. We had three of the players actually on our podcast Tuesday night. We had Achenbach, and we had Kelly and AJ Kelly, the two tight ends, and then we brought in for the first time. We have a Red Hawk top flight award winner. Yeah, and it was Ty Doty. It was the first time that we've had a student nominated for that award. We were to bring him in, and that's one of the things he talked about was the administration and the things that he has been a part of for his entire career at James Clemens. So it just speaks volumes to everything that's going on.
Well, and Mr. Jarrett can attest to that. He's walking into an admin group that have all been there for a while, and they're really close. We've had Dr. Donaldson on multiple times, and Miss Flanagan. Of course, Miss Miller has been there a long time. Mr. McCants is like year 4, and they're really tight, that admin group, and you're kind of the new guy in that. Yeah. But made it transition easy for you?
Yes, and because of that, they've made it so easy. You know what I mean? Like they're awesome. Like, first of all, they're just good at their job, but they're also good people. Which is more important. You know, than being good at your job. But yeah, they've welcomed me with open arms. Everybody, it's awesome because everybody kind of has their main role that they're over, but yet they're so willing to help each other out too. So that's what's cool about it is you kind of know what your job is. You show up and do that every day, but at the same time, everybody's so willing to help each other out and do whatever they need to do. But from an admin standpoint, you can't ask for a better group. I mean, that group they're top notch. So
well, and there's so many things going on at James Clemens outside of athletics. Some of these programs that you guys do that you're walking into from an administration standpoint that's already in place, and you just kind of get to walk right in.
You still probably hadn't learned them all.
No, I haven't. Well, they Madison City posted a thing a couple weeks ago that we had 39 AP classes. I didn't even know there was 39 AP classes, and so we offered 39. I'm like, okay, sure. I didn't know what AP was when I was in high school. So, and then the most national merit finalist of any school district in the state. It's pretty awesome.
Well, and it just, again, speaks testaments to the county line culture that we talk about each and every week, and the fans that show up and the support. I mean, it's the wind's whipping. We
Hurricane force winds. We
Hurricane
got a student
Helena.
section.
We got a full student section. The band's over there. Look at them. I mean, they're rocking back and forth. No band show at halftime, but
hey,
they bring the Elvis. They did some of their Elvis stuff. I mean, so tell us some of the things that you're looking to try to do now in your new role.
All right, so my main thing, the role that I'm in now, my main role is over special education. So that's my number one, go-to every day. I work with our SPED team, whether that's down in the SLC group. We've got 8 SPED teachers throughout the building. They're co-teaching for the first time this year. So that's most of my world is at that. And then I'm in charge of buses too, so that takes up a little bit of time. And then from there, we split stuff up, whether it's discipline, building, maintenance, whatever it is, we just kind of help each other out. I was an admin at Ardmore for a few years, but I was a counselor too before that. So that part of it, Flanagan, and with her world, with what she does and scheduling and all that, we kind of bonded over that early on. And so she was like, hey, you've got the scheduling experience. I need you to help me with, different things with that. So it's been pretty cool to see how it all fits. Coming from a place like Ardmore, there's only 2 of us.
Yeah.
We did everything. You know what I mean? Like, I was the AD. I did discipline. You do whatever it is. And then you come here, and there's 5 of us plus an AD.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So there's 6 of us, and it's just a different world.
So you got maintenance. So who do we need to talk to about getting this table expanded all the way across?
So I think that would be one Lane Rinks. I think I'm going to throw that on him real fast, for sure.
I mean, that's one of the things. It's kind of the running joke. I mean, the other school, we came in, we had this full table up here and everything, and then one Friday night we didn't. And it was our next home game.
And do they make you stand? No, you got a chair back there.
I got a chair, but
you
look
stand
at this.
up.
He gets excited. He stands up the whole game.
I probably would do the same thing.
The boss, Dr. Nichols. Was curious. Do you have any background relationship with Lanny Rich? Now that your job could depend on this answer.
Do I have any background?
Yeah, you're both from Ardmore.
Yeah, I mean, I know his people.
You're probably one and done then.
Now, see, Harley was there when I was there. Now, I didn't know Rachel as well, but I know her through her husband, Dawson. So I know them pretty well.
Okay.
They're Tennessee fans, but I don't hold that against them. They're okay.
That's hard. I mean,
that's part of it.
Now that's strike 2 with Dr. Nichols. Now
I know. Listen, I have not yet made any jokes with Dr. Nichols yet because I know his history and all that with the band. But
he heard your joke. He's listening.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. I'm sure. I'm sure I get an email here in just a minute, or a text. Or
I promise you, the people in California are listening right now. We do have people in California that listen.
That's why.
We're nationwide.
We are almost nationwide. Was it 12 states last year?
Something like that.
Yeah, you're on a lot of airwaves.
Does anybody in California want to come coach softball at James Clemens? Are they ready to come to that?
We're accepting applications.
It's open. It's wide open.
That's awesome. Well, Mr. Jared,
I would say you got to teach too, but I don't know.
Well, Mr. Jared, I appreciate you coming in last minute, kind of getting thrown in here to the Wolves, but we look forward to seeing you around.
Absolutely.
Get you back up here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate this.
Our pleasure, man. You're continuing on with the North Alabama Gas District Halftime Show right here on PAS Plus.
This has been the James Clemens Halftime Show, powered by North Alabama Gas District, serving Madison, Muscle Shoals, and Town Creek. Call 811 before you dig. We'll be back with third quarter action on PAS Plus.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously. Local sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the County Commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544.
Whether you have college recruitment or simply memorabilia in mind, let Social Gimmicks capture them with a cinematic highlight reel. Social Gimmicks is redefining Southern sports media with a distinctive flair. Contact Social Gimmicks with a Z online at socialgimmicks.mypixieset.com. Social Gimmicks, the essence of athleticism.
Join us for Applebee's Tailgate Talk every Saturday morning at 10 on WKAC. We'll talk to coaches and sports figures of local interest and get their thoughts on whatever comes down the pike. We'll also announce our latest Athlete of the Week and give away an Applebee's gift card and a Tailgate Talk t-shirt. Applebee's Tailgate Talk, Saturday mornings at 10 on your PAS Plus app, on your Amazon Echo or Google Home device, online at tailgatetalk.net, and on the air at 1080 WKAC.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football right here on PAS Plus as we wrap up our North Alabama Gas District halftime show. And guys, we got a little bit over 2 minutes or so before second half action, 17-14 your score. And we heard some of those stats. Stretch was able to bring in those stats. And one of the big things that he broke out was 9 carries by Doty with almost 100 yards in the first half.
Yeah.
Of rushing.
Yeah, I mean, Doty's our weapon, right? I mean, we've been talking about when he's going to have that breakout game, and, we had to put him in the backfield to do it. But, I mean, this is a game to do that type stuff.
And we've talked about what a good job MJ does of making guys miss the initial contact. Doty may be better. You know what I mean? We've watched that for multiple years. Yeah. He gets a lot. Well, he is smaller, period. Smaller he's harder to get your hands on, and he's, handing him the ball has allowed him to find space of his own versus us trying to get him in space and then get him the ball. Yeah. And it's been fun to watch tonight.
So defensively, Coach Kimbrough, I know that we've given up some long drives. We gave a short field right before halftime. But still, defensively, against a larger size offensive line and a big back, we've got some containment so far.
We've done a good job of containing for the most part, with the exception of the 2 plays down here on that first drive that they scored on. We've done a good job of containing. We've got fooled a couple times on some misdirection type stuff. Lost contain on the far end with the quarterback. That was also misdirection. But for the most part, we've done a good job of filling gaps, making initial contact, and then running to the football for support.
Well, you can stick around for the Bankston Motorhomes post-flight show as we announce our Mellow Mushroom Player of the Night. And our featured Jet's going to get a gift card from Mellow Mushroom. And you can also go to tailgatetalk.net, enter your nominations for the Applebee's Athlete of the Week, and vote on the weekly poll. We announce the winner Saturdays between 10 and noon on Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC. The winner receives a gift card from Athens Applebee's and a Tailgate Talk t-shirt from that shirt printing place. Guys, guess what arrived today?
Your hoodie.
My Wingman hoodie from
just
Apparel Lab.
Just in time for the cool front.
I tell you, man, and I got a note from them the other day, and they said, hey, your hoodie's on the way, and it was 2 days shipping, guys.
Nice.
2 days. So it showed up on the doorstep today. Looking forward to having that and sporting that around Walk-Ons Sports Bistro.
Yeah.
And showing everybody, I got my Wingman t-shirt on tonight and still waiting on the jet blue color.
Walking billboard.
Well, we got to be, man. We got to promote the podcast.
It's all about marketing.
You couldn't get that shirt printing place to get you a jet blue one?
I don't know. I haven't had.
Just saying.
Well, I haven't had.
For Johnny to have so many sponsors in baseball, he does a good job irritating others, doesn't he?
Is that not the name of the place?
No, Apparel Lab's the one who does our Wingman.
Yeah. Apparel Lab does our Wingman
Applebee's
shirts.
Tailgate Talk t-shirt.
Oh, I just heard him say the shirt printing place.
I tell you what.
They print it for the Athlete of the Week.
You know what? Tim's going to call us into the office.
Oh, yeah.
And have a talk with us about.
Not with us, with Johnny.
With Johnny about the sponsors.
As much as I've shown up lately, they can just fire me. Y'all are not going to miss a beat.
Nah. So you coming back from vacation next week, are you going to be here Friday night?
No.
So you're not even going to be at the Florence game next week?
So my son plays on next Friday.
It's me and you, homie.
I like it. I like it. Brawley Stadium.
We've never had a fall break game, so this is just weird.
No, we've had fall break.
Oh, yeah. We didn't do it.
Yeah.
I think one was Sparkman. maybe
But
2
one of
years
the times,
ago.
neither one of you were there for
And then,
fall
yeah,
break,
there
and I
was
had to
one
do
where-
it.
That's right.
I had to do it with somebody to bring in. I think Todd Tomlin came in and did one game.
yeah.
with
Tomcat.
Yeah, I remember
No,
that.
that's Tom McClung.
I
Todd
can't-
Tomerlin came in
Oh.
and filled in. I got plenty of backups.
That's right.
There's
'cause
too
I
many
was on my-
sponsors and nicknames.
I was
can't
on
get
my.
anything
I was
right.
on a couch somewhere texting during that broadcast. I remember.
I was at
Yes,
the
it
bench.
was. Yes, it
Hey,
was.
I will say we talked
I
about the
think
wind.
Tom's line was, it was there, and then it wasn't.
Oh, that was Doty happened night because that's
No,
what.
Doty happened when I was here for that.
Were you okay?
Yeah, because I think I was the one that said what just happened.
That's right. Well, as we get ready to start third quarter action, James Clemens is going to be kicking in to the wind.
First time we've done that.
Yeah, well, which means we get the ball with the wind in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
so,
we're leading 17-14, and I think if you told either coach going into this game that it was going to be within a touchdown at halftime, both would have been pleased with that.
Absolutely.
And I will say this, I was watching their kicker kick into the wind down here for field goals, and it looked like a nice approach shot on the green.
Yeah.
It just kept going higher and getting shorter.
So onside kick, we field it.
Did he grab it
Ortiz
too
gets
soon?
it. Did he get it too soon? We're waiting.
He's marking it.
They're saying he touched it a little bit short of 10
The
yards.
coach is definitely arguing it short of 10. Let's see what they say.
So it's an onside kick.
Man, that
Ortiz
thing-
went right in, caught it.
Almost great, and it kind of hopped on him quicker than he anticipated.
So
They're going to discuss it, yeah.
So right now, it's looking like you got one judge standing on the 50. You've got another one standing on the 49.
Yeah, there's.
First and 10, Spain Park from the 49-yard line of James Clemens.
Well, it's going to be worse than that, right? If we touched it, is there not a penalty? If we touched it prior to 10 yards, is there not a penalty attached to that?
I don't know. Doesn't look like they're going to assess one. So, no, first and 10, Spain Park from the James Clemens 49. So
Boy,
they get
we
great
were
field
about
position.
a half yard from really coming out of that
That
pretty.
was going to be beautiful if
And
we
it
could have
just-
fielded that.
Just took a tricky hop on him. I mean, it got on him
It popped up like he wanted, but it almost popped backwards at him.
just a yard early.
So they shift 3 men in motion. And now you got Shanks in the backfield, handing it off to him. He's looking for a hole, bounces it to the outside, plenty of room. He's going to cut the 40-yard line, finally drugged down out of bounds at the 35. So first and 10, Jaguars to start the second half.
That time we filled the gap again, but there was nobody out the backside. When he cut it back, there was nobody out there to keep contained.
Well, and Dowdell did a good job of keeping the runner between him and the sideline.
Oh, 100%.
So just under 12 minutes in the third quarter. They're going to hand it off to Shanks again. Tries to bounce it to the outside. Does. Gets to the 30. Makes another man miss. Still on his feet at the 30. 20. Runs out of bounds at the 15. And, man, I tell you what, we are missing tackles there. He is a load to bring down. And
Well, you know, we say missing, yes. We're making contact, but he's so shifty, our contact becomes very, very minimal, and he's able to just kind of keep running out of it.
We had a guy named Sean Walters when I was a sophomore in high school. He was a blue chip All-American, went to USC, played a little pro ball. He reminds me so much of Sean. Not real tall, very thick, but
He's really
explosive.
thick,
and
yeah.
really shifty for as thick as he is.
Yeah.
so going to hand it off to Shanks again. Get a hole up the middle. As looks
see-
like Hollins was able to bring him down.
See how he's not hitting the hole so quickly?
Yeah.
He's kind of stutter-stepping and looking for that one little crease to open up.
He's definitely calmed down since the first drive
Yes.
of the first half.
Looks a little gassed.
Yeah, he does.
Coming off the field right now.
So they got a big lineman down, gets off under his own power. That's
That's
that
our
big
guy.
number 77, that 300-plus tackle that they've got.
He's a
gonna-
hoss, that's for sure.
Got to go.
I think he's got to come off. Once the coaches make their way onto the field, he's got to come off. And he does, but he hobbles off under his own power.
Well, it's interesting now because they're going to have a backup right tackle. They've got a third-string running back in because, you know, their second-string guy came out earlier and has not been back.
I'll tell you what, that replacement's not small either. He's a tall individual coming in at right tackle
He's a big
for the
kid.
Jaguars.
Yeah.
Looks young, though, just
He
body
does.
type.
He's like a baby Huey look
What is
to
it,
him.
76? Is that what that was?
So Gray is now the tailback in there for the Jaguars. And now whistle blown dead as we're going to take a timeout. And that's going to be Spain Park's first timeout of the second half with 10:44 remaining in the third quarter. Jets with a 17-14 lead. Jaguars trying to strike. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS+.
Athens Utilities comprises Athens Electric, Athens Gas, and Athens Water Services. Together, we are committed to providing reliable and affordable electricity, natural gas, and water and wastewater services. We operate as part of the City of Athens, and just like our city's motto of Athens is classic, Southern, character, we believe in supporting what makes our community special. And that includes local sports. Call 233-8750. Come by our office at 508 South Jefferson Street or look for the link online at athensal.us.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus. Coming out of Spain Park's timeout. They got 2 remaining in the second half. 10:44 remaining in the third quarter. 17-14 lead James Clemens. But Spain Park second and about 5 yards from the James Clemens 9.
Yep.
Dynamite drop in.
Yeah, I like that. So Bradley goes under center. Shanks, the big running back, going to fake it to him. Roll out, looking to throw. Got to get contained. Throws it to the tight end. Touchdown, Jaguar.
Yeah, and that was,
they did that
executed perfectly. You just wait, string it out, roll out long enough for that one defender to step up like he's got to come and play the quarterback, and then you just dump it to the receiver.
And we were about 3, maybe even 2 steps away from doing it right.
Oh, yeah.
Safety's coming over to help. And he's about 2 steps short of getting there before the ball got there. We might have had that defended correct.
You just have to be patient and stay with that receiver.
So Jaguars put the extra point on the board to take the lead for the first time on their end tonight. 21-17 your score. 10:35 remaining in the third quarter.
Go back to the onside kick.
Yeah.
Gutsy call.
Sure.
And we're a yard away from it paying off for us,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then we keep the ball on the ground, burn some time off the clock. If we get points, that's great. If we don't, either way, we kind of take a possession away from them.
And
on the flip side, we give it to them just across midfield.
Yeah, with the wind at their back.
With
that
the
was
wind
what I was
in
going to
their
say.
back,
Yes.
Yeah, they drive 49 yards to take the lead. So we come out to receive the kickoff for the first time in the second half as Lively and Doty go back deep to receive. Also back there, it looks like it's Miles Major. He's going to be one of the up backs. And Doty standing at about his 3, but I would dare say that one's going to touch the end zone with this big guy kicking.
When going back to that onside kick thing, you almost wish the wind was the other direction for that deal, because if you do give it up at midfield, they've got the wind in their face, right?
Yeah.
But you got to take the shot when you got it.
Right, and it's like I said, it's a gutsy play call, and you eat up a possession even with the wind in your face, knowing you're going to get the ball back going the other way in the fourth quarter.
That's right.
So here we go. James Clemens going to get the ball for the first time in the second half, we hope. I don't want to predict anything.
Nope. Prognosticating.
So the kick, high, end over end. Doty's going to let it roll into the end zone and out of the back of the end zone.
Is that what you call that?
Sure. It bounced off his chest.
I was going to roll with it, man.
Yeah, it bounced off his chest and rolled out of the end zone. Touchback. James Clemens 1st and 10 from their own 20.
All right. What you want to see here, obviously, is us sustain another drive. I mean, we've done a good job running the football. First quarter primarily. Second quarter, they were kind of teeing off on our running backs.
Sure.
So what can we do here to kind of change things up and give ourselves a chance to move the ball down the field more?
So we're going to have Little split to the far side. I formation, Barry and Gideon. Going to hand it off to Gideon. Gideon cuts back to the inside, finds a crease. Falls forward past the 25, down to the 27-yard line. Nice 7-yard pickup there by MJ Gideon.
That looked a little funny on the snap even again. It looked like we had guys get – it looked like the whole line left before our center did. But I guess it snapped, and I just didn't notice it.
So Doty comes in at quarterback, giving everybody some game film to look at with this new lineup in the backfield. So Doty takes the snap, keeps it himself, tries to find a hole, makes a man miss, hit at the 30-yard line, falls forward, positive yards, picks up the first down. So past the 30 down to about the it's going to be a first down, so it's going to be at the 32, yeah.
Coach Johnson, you mentioned Ty Doty carrying the ball, giving a different look than Cam or MJ. That time right there, I mean, he's a small enough body and shifty and quick that guy hit him, and he actually spun out of the tackle.
Well, he's got such a low center of gravity. He does not get off balance easily.
So Evers under center, going to hand it off to Gideon again. Gideon with a head of steam, wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, still falls forward for positive yards. Only one, though, is what they're going to give him. Second down and 9.
They're just doing such a good job of stringing that thing out and staying in their gaps and not giving that cutback route that we look for off that wide zone right there. It'll be interesting to see if we got to go to a little different look at some point if that continues to get bottled up like it is, because second quarter, that's what happened.
Oh, yeah.
Tank Ezell actually comes off the offense. He was playing on the offense on that play.
Okay.
So trips to the near side, Lively, Doty, and Little. Going to keep Barry in the backfield. Evers slings it out to Doty. That's a backwards pass. Nope, they're going to say it's incomplete. It was a forward pass, and that just kind of was behind Doty. He didn't lead him that time.
Well, we talked earlier about what a good job he did of getting rid of that ball quickly and being on time on those quick screens, and that one looked like it slipped out of his hand a little bit.
I was going to say, I don't know if he had real grip on the football that time. He took the snap, turned his shoulders, and tried to get rid of it. And he may not have had a good grip on the football because it didn't quite get there.
Wet football. And again, we talked about it. That's a quick transition to try to get a ball off for a quarterback and find something to grab onto, whether you're a seams guy, a non-seams guy.
Yeah.
You don't worry about it on that play. You grab the football and throw.
You see people do it on TV, but, man, it is tough. That depth perception from that angle is really tough for a quarterback.
So Evers takes the snap, looks to throw over the middle, takes his time, comes back, underthrows the pass, caught by Doty, pass interference. I tell you what, Doty had that, catches it in his belly. Beautiful patience there by Evers to throw it, and then the defender was all over Doty's
and then
back.
there's no panic. The snap actually went through his hands and hit him in the gut, and he had to reset. He pumps once and then gets the throw off and allows really an underthrown ball that we were allowed to come back to because of the wind, I think.
Well, I was going to say Doty did a great job of boxing the defender out and using his body to shield the defender from the football, but I'm more impressed with Evers.
Taking his time on
Taking his time, stepping up in the pocket and making a good decision.
So I formation, handoff to Gideon. Gideon looks to find out. Man, look at that hole. Barely enough room in that hole. Finally gets through for 5 yards. Ridden down hard, though, by the defensive tackle, number 98.
Yeah, I don't know how he got his shoulder pads through that hole. And the crazy thing is he's about a step or two away from cutting that thing back across the field and maybe scoring.
If Erickson 98 doesn't grab him, he may be gone on the backside.
So Evers looks over to the sidelines. You got Little split to the top side. I formation. Gideon and Barry. Barry's the up back in that formation. Handoff. Gideon again to the near side. Gideon cuts back across cuts the grain, gets the first down past the 30, down to about the 28-yard line.
We brag on Cam Barry.
I was just about to say the same thing.
We brag on Cam Barry in that fullback position of getting downfield and getting a block. That time, he's got his block, but he's getting stalemated, and MJ just runs into the back of him. Yeah,
pushes him forward.
He's so used to Cam leading the way into that second level.
And he did. He was in the second level. He just got somebody in his face, and MJ just – the first guy to hit him was Cam Barry's back.
Yes.
So first down, James Clemens from the 28-yard line of Spain Park. Formation, same setup. Going to hand it off to Gideon again. Gideon trying to find his way through, sneaking through, finally held up after a 2-yard gain down to about the 26.
He tried that cutback again, and I think there was a soft spot. If he'd have just kept going a little further, we had 2 or 3 blue jerseys. It looked bunched up, but they were all our guys.
You know, their defense has forced our backs to do something we're not used to seeing them do, and that's get to the front and then start looking for a crease rather than just lower those pads and run through there.
Shotgun shift on the offensive line. They've definitely seen that. Spain Park's not falling for it. It's James Clemens. Hands it off to Evers, hands it off to Gideon. Gideon again met at the line of scrimmage, but still falls forward for about a 4-yard pickup.
They blew it dead.
They blew that one dead. They said the ball hit the turf, but he was already down. So he gets past the 25, down to about the 23-yard line. So third and about 5, maybe a long
third and 4,
5,
yeah, maybe.
Give or take.
Sure.
That's a tough way to go, but manageable there. And it's in the middle of the field with the wind blowing from right to left.
And we saw us. We kicked a field goal this way earlier, right? Yeah. But we were a little closer.
A little bit closer.
So Doty and Lively stacked on the far side. Little split to the near side. Evers rolls out. Nope. Throws it behind to Doty. Doty's got to make a man miss. He does. Spin move. Doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
And you saw the wind come and play there. He's done such a good job that first drive with the wind at his back of leading our receivers on those quick screens. He threw that one. It started out going in front of him.
Ended up a yard
behind him and almost a lateral with that wind making it go backwards.
So Coach McGee says, no, we're going to go for it on 4th and 6. Got to get this guy off the field. That is, it looks like it's Kelly running off, and he does. Finally gets off. Barry looks to throw. Throws.
What in the world are we doing?
It's caught. It's intercepted. I don't know. That was just a bad throw. That was awful.
I don't think
anybody was ready for that.
For what we were doing there. We looked discombobulated and confused.
Well, we threw it to Evers. Evers was lined up out wide.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking at the sideline. Kelly's sprinting off. We're still looking at the sideline when it was snapped.
Yeah, we weren't really ready for that.
Play clock was going, but, we just rushed that. I mean,
Yeah,
it was
not our best moment right there.
So another turnover, an interception right there with 5:40 remaining in the third quarter. Now Spain Park with some momentum comes back out onto the field. 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line.
Well, and that's the thing you fight with the weather the way it is, making decisions on, do we go for it? Do we kick? Do we do something cute? And we got caught trying to do something cute right there, but not everybody was on the same page.
So here we go. Now the officials delay a game there on Spain Park. I was waiting on that.
I'm not sure about that one. I don't think the clock was reset.
So the referee calls delay a game. So that's going to move them back 5 yards down to about their 32.
And I think their coach is making the same argument.
Back up, Terry. Got to hear it finally. Is that the first time they've had a penalty on that?
Yeah.
Seems like it. So man in motion. Going to hand it off to the big back. Makes a man miss. Picks up 4 yards. Finally drug down at the 35-yard line. Now they're going to say forward momentum got him to the 36. Still a yard short of the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 2nd down and 11 for the Jaguars.
Well, and that's big defensively. Again, we've done a good job of that second, third contact, coming in there, running the football, making tackles. We need to keep them behind the chains right here and make this a tough possession.
So single setback behind the quarterback. Going to fake the handoff, looking to pass, drops back, throws it into the flat to the big tight end. He falls forward and just lost his balance, but pass complete down to the 41-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and manageable for Spain Park.
Once again, we're kind of coming off those receivers a little too early instead of sitting in there and being patient. This is the first quarterback we've seen who's going to stand tall in the pocket and really take his time. We need to be more patient in the defensive secondary.
Because we really haven't faced a guy that really throws.
No, not like this.
No, not that's calm and poised.
Got a timeout coming.
Yep. So another timeout on the field. That's going to be James Clemens' first timeout of the second half, and we'll take one with him. 21-17 your score. Spain Park on top of the Jets with 4:34 remaining in the third quarter. You're listening to Jets football right here on PAS Plus.
Mellow, a state of mind, a culture, a way of being, and the philosophy behind Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers. Since 1974, their mission has been to provide delicious food in a fun and creative environment. The originators of hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza, Mellow Mushroom makes their pies with high-quality, fresh ingredients to elevate the dining experience. So mellow out at Mellow Mushroom, a higher order of pizza in Huntsville at 470 Providence, Maine, and 2230 Cecil Ashburn in Jones Valley.
Welcome back to James Clemens football. 3rd down for Spain Park. 3rd and about 6. Could be a big stop here for James Clemens if we can keep him locked up. So everybody shifts, line shifts. Shanks is the running back, going to hand it off to the big man. He's going to find his way through, finds a hole, gets the first down, crosses the 50, still on his feet, finally pushed out of bounds in James Clemens territory at about the 44.
Boy, he is just dominating us right now. You got those big guys up front, and he is just hard to bring down.
So that's definitely where size comes into play. We've talked about that in the past weeks. When you've got a big offensive line, and we are a little bit undersized, but we have big-time players, but that size just starts to wear you out.
Well, and the running back's big. I mean, they're all big.
And look, we've met him in the backfield. He made 2 people miss right there, still on his feet, running down the sidelines, picks up another
and he's got all that
yards.
size, but he also has that little MJ Gideon move where he can go sideways about 1.5 feet and still be going forward in a heartbeat. That little sidestep and then go forward is getting us right now. We're coming up with air when we dive.
So 1st and 10 for Spain Park from the James Clemens 33-yard line. And they're going to go with 2 splits to the near, 1 to the far side, and Shanks, the running back, behind the quarterback, Bradley.
Good name.
Brock Bradley, the Clemson commit. He's the junior for Spain Park. Waits on the snap, finally gets it. Fakes the handoff to Shanks, gives it on the end around to number 1, the receiver. He's got some room, sneaks his way through, still on his feet, past the 10. Finally tackled at about the 8-yard line, 1st and 10, Spain Park.
Man, they are deep. We talked about how deep they are and talented they are.
Got a flag.
But these guys, pretty much anybody that touches the ball is a threat.
Well, we talked there's a flag on the field, by the way.
Yeah, holding on Spain Park.
Holding on Spain Park, so it's coming back. But we talked in pregame and really before we were on the air with Kurt, we were flipping through their football deal and how many offers. And a ton of them were on this offensive side of the ball, whether it was receivers, tight ends, running backs, obviously the quarterback who's committed, offensive linemen. I mean, they are ultra talented on this offensive side of the ball.
And our defense has been on the field for the majority of the third quarter.
And second.
And the second quarter. So definitely needing to get a break here. So 1st and 15 for Spain Park. Handing off to the other running back, number 11. Not quite as powerful as Gray, but he's still a big load and still on his feet. Finally brought down after a 4.
He tiptoed up in there, too, and that's going to allow the defense more time to get more help, you know.
Well, and really, he's the third string guy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got the other guy, 26, I think, that went out
earlier.
Was. And so he's probably not used to getting a bunch of carries.
So definitely giving Shanks some breaks over there on the side. 2nd and 11 for the Jaguars in James Clemens territory. Under 3.5 minutes left remaining in the third quarter. 21-17 your score. Spain Park on top. Waiting on the snap. Finally gets the snap, fakes the handoff to the running back, throws a deep pass down the sidelines to the receiver, just over stretched arms.
I appreciate no flag right there because both guys are just in stride. Nobody ever checked up.
As Mason Rose on the coverage. Mason Rose was on coverage there on that tall wide receiver, Mitchell Frazier. He is 6'2", so Rose giving up some height there as he's only 5'7".
Well, I think the wind comes back into play there. I mean, he laid a pretty ball of it. Beautiful spiral, turned over, tried to get him in the end zone on the backside of our defense, and it just carried him by about 3 yards.
So 3rd and 11 as they go with 2 splits to the near. Now he's looking to pass. Going to be a screen.
Screen again.
Yep.
And we're in trouble.
Man, that I tell you what, it was well blocked, well executed.
Well, again, we haven't seen many screen teams, and as a defensive lineman, you're pass rushing the quarterback or even playing run. You come off the ball hard, and when that guy kind of gives you the old nudge and lets you go, you think for a split second, I'm money, and by the time you stick your foot in the ground, the ball's already gone.
In the air, yeah. So 1st and 10 for Spain Park from the James Clemens 11-yard line as they're looking to put another touchdown on the board before the end of the third quarter. They put some men in motion. Now we've got 2 splits to the far. Shanks in the backfield, going to hand it off to the big guy. He slips and falls as he gets no gain on the play. Slow to get up.
Not sure what happened there.
Yeah, I think he just
slipped on that wet turf.
Falls forward,
planted.
you know. He's kind of.
Well, he looks gassed.
Yeah,
he does.
You know,
and he's coming out.
You know, he went out in the first quarter, if we remember right, limping a little bit after this play down here. And I don't know that he didn't get some kind of bruise or something, you know, on that thigh or that knee.
And
as the game goes on, he may be feeling the effects.
Well, he's definitely been the workhorse for the Jaguars in the running back position, and he has been a good one. As now the other running back, number 11, comes in, and they're going to fake the handoff to him and throw it to the tight end touchdown.
Nobody even covering him.
You know, 3 times this possession, we had them behind the chains. And we give up a first down, that time a touchdown. But that is tough to handle.
Well, and I think, you know, we talked earlier with Coach McGee before the season started about, you know, the defense being really disciplined and playing assignment football. And that right there, I think it was Davis. He read that play fake on the handoff, and he attacked the line of scrimmage, and they just threw right over the top of where he was supposed to be.
So that extra point is no good as it hits the far right upright. And that's a break right there for James Clemens with 1:53 remaining in the third quarter as the score now goes to 27-17. Keep it in it within 10 points. So we'll take a break. When we come back, it'll be James Clemens Ball. You're listening to PAS Plus broadcast of Jets football.
Bankston Motorhomes, with locations in Alabama and Tennessee, carries an extensive inventory of motorhomes, including Class A diesel, Class A, Class B, and Class C motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and tent campers from manufacturers like Tiffin Motorhomes, Fleetwood, Forest River, and many more. Bankston Motorhomes also has an experienced service department to help you with any service work or parts or accessories you need. Bankston Motorhomes, Huntsville, Florence, Albertville, Ardmore, and Nashville, helping families like yours build memories for over 40 years. Call 1-800-624-2899 or visit them online at bankstonmotorhomes.com.
Back to James Clemens football on PAS Plus. 27-17 your score. Spain Park able to get 13 unanswered points in the second half, and they have a big lead here by 10. And,
well, that missed field goal may come up big now.
It could.
I mean, we're at 10-point lead, and we're going to have the wind at our back in the fourth quarter. If we line up, need a field goal to tie it or take a lead because of this, that may play to our advantage.
So 1st and 10 as that ball goes out of the end zone, and 1st and 10, James Clemens from their own 20-yard line.
And I don't know if you know this, but the wind's blowing and the rain's coming down.
It is.
Still.
Been doing that all night long.
Man, if you got your ryegrass down, your seed out, this is perfect weather. I'm still bitter mine's not on yet with this kind of rain.
So Doty comes in the I formation as Barry is the up back. Evers goes under center. Going to hand it off to Doty. Doty takes the snap all the way to the far side. Finally get out of bounds at after a 4-yard gain, short of the 25-yard line. So second down and about 6 for the Jets.
I don't know how much faster he is than the other two backs, but he has the speed to get around that end. If it's stretched out, he just beats everybody around the end.
You didn't hear it when I asked him that the other night, and he said, I do. And I said, well, I don't know. He said, who said they, he was ready to, he was ready to race on Wednesday. So now Evers looks over to the sidelines. Doty stays in at tailback as Barry is the fullback as the clock is ticking towards a minute left in the third quarter. Second down and 6 for the Jets. Going to hand it off to Doty again. Doty finds a crease, pushes his way forward, still makes
Great
some
run.
People miss, picks up the first down and then some. Gets all the way down to about the 33-yard line. So first down, Jets.
Yeah, he mentioned something about MJ had said that he wasn't the fastest, and then Ty immediately wanted to know what Cam say. He was ready to foot race somebody.
Yeah, I tell him I was kidding.
We may have underestimated the impact of the wind. I mean, at times it looks like our spectators are blowing away.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
Hey, I went down at halftime, but I got blown off the stairs.
So we're going to feed it to Doty again. Doty makes another man miss, cuts around to the other side of the field, picks up a block from Little. Still on his feet, finally drugged down, gets it right here on the 48 on Jaguar territory.
What a great job by A.J. Little. He could have given up on that play.
Because he was backside.
And he was backside, and he was on his guy. And when we got that cutback, he started running down the field with him and didn't get caught up in a hold with that defender trying to come off of him. Did a great job.
Kept his body in front, and you're right, Coach. He was the backside guy. So it's easy to run out there, stalk block, and then let the play go. But the play ended up coming back to him, and he's responsible for that first down.
So one more snap before the end of the third quarter as the clock is ticking close to 10 seconds. Giving it to Doty again. Doty with some room. Finally brought down after 5 yards. Gets close to the 40-yard line. So it'll be second down for the Jets when we come back for fourth quarter. Doty is down.
He's down.
Yeah, Doty is down on that one as we break for the fourth quarter. And we'll take a break, too. The score, 27-17, Spain Park on top. You're listening to Jets football on PAS+.
One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. Stick around after local high school football coverage this season as we announce our Lawlers Fans of the Week. Just go to PASnetwork.net and register. Then listen during the postgame show of each regular season game as we pick the winner of a $20 gift card from Lawler's Barbecue. The next fan of the week could be you from Lawler's Barbecue and Play Action Sports.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus as we switch sides of the field. Now we get the win in the fourth quarter. It's going to be second down for James Clemens from the Jaguar 41-yard line. Just to let you guys know, during the break right there, Doty was able to get up and run off. He literally ran off the field under his own power. So
you don't think he's excited about tonight's game?
Over 100 yards rushing already.
We talked about it Tuesday. Win or lose here, this is a great game to test yourselves and see where we're at. And so far, we're hanging tough with one of the best teams in the state.
So handoff to Barry quickly, and he's wrapped up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive lineman William Gregory, 6'4", 197 pounds, and he was in the backfield as soon as Barry had the ball. We don't see that a whole lot.
No, he blew by our offensive line right there, and you're right. We haven't seen a ton of that this year, but he was in the backfield, and usually that quick handoff, we'd get a couple yards out of it anyway, and he wrapped him up as soon as he got the ball.
So third down.
Put A.J. Kelly over on him. He'll show him how to be physical.
Yes, he will. 3rd down and 7 for the Jets. Going to hand it off to Gideon. Gideon cuts back. He picks up the first down, still on his feet, short of the 30-yard line. And you talked about blocking right there. Number 56, Malachi Cooper stayed with his block.
Yeah.
Even
all those guys did a great job at the initial impact, and that's the best run we've seen Gideon have tonight.
Right, yeah.
Because he got behind those pads again and just hit that thing hard.
So 1st and 10, James Clemens, as the officials are talking about it.
Well, this is an important drive for us, right? Down 10, you want to get on the board right here because you know how long that Spain Park.
Unsportsmanlike on them.
On Spain Park. So that's going to move the ball quite a bit into Spain Park territory. We'll see. I mean, those guys.
It's got to be a dead ball foul. Then.
Yeah, because he picks up the first down.
Well, this is a huge drive again because 10 points behind. We got to score right here, and you know how long Spain Park can keep their offense on the field.
Yeah. So they're going to take it all the way past the 20, down to the 16, 17-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10, James Clemens from the Spain Park 17. And we've got Gideon and Barry in the backfield, I formation, Evers under center.
It's my favorite formation.
I've heard that.
Evers looks over to the sidelines. Little split out close to us. Now he goes back under center. Takes the snap, hands it off to Gideon. Gideon makes one man miss, still on his feet. Dances his way forward to the 10, short of the first down by about maybe a yard, maybe a yard and a half. So a nice 8-yard pickup there by Gideon.
Well, that was a nice move because you thought he had that same hole he hit for a big run a minute ago, but there was one big lineman in his way.
Big lineman in there.
And as he went to cut back for it, he just redirected and made him miss and ended up getting positive yardage. Got about 8 yards.
And if it's one guy we have to make miss in the hole, we can win.
Yeah.
We can win that battle.
So again, handing it off to Gideon. Gideon, that hole closed up fast, but he's still fighting forward.
See, and that's the play where when Doty's in there, he just goes ahead and outruns everybody to the sideline and gets positive yardage out of it.
Well, I think
the other two guys kind of run into the back of the mess.
I think the difference, like you said, is Doty gets there quicker where there's that little crease. They're selling out right now to stop the zone.
Sure.
Spain Park is. They're
Absolutely.
selling out
And
to
why
stop
wouldn't
the zone.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's how you beat James Clemens. So Doty's just getting there faster than those guys can string it out.
So 3rd and 1, Evers is going to keep it and push forward from the still on his feet.
Heck, he got in. He got in.
Now wait on me.
Yes, he got
touchdown,
it. We got it over there.
James Clemens as Evers pushes his way forward.
About a 7-yard quarterback sneak.
I tell you, man, what a shove there.
Well, and here's the deal. He's not a real big guy. Like, he's physical, but he's not real tall. That pile on the push got all around him, and it's like they almost lost track of him, and he squirted out the other end and ended up in the end zone.
Perfectly executed.
So Ortiz lines up for the extra point. Snap, kick, up, good, counted. James Clemens, 24. Jaguars 27, so cutting the deficit by 3 with 10:01 remaining in the fourth quarter. Let's take a quick break. You're listening to Jets football on PAS+.
Local sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the County Commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544.
Welcome back to James Clemens football on PAS Plus as we cut the deficit to 3.
There it is.
27-24. Your score is Evers with an 8-yard touchdown run to keep us in this ball game. And I tell you, it's been a really good ball game, folks.
Well, that's exactly what we thought we would see,
is.
right? And we talked about it earlier. If either coach, you've told them they'd be within a touchdown at the half, they would have taken it. Same thing if you get to the latter half of the fourth quarter.
So Ortiz, just a line drive kick, is going to bounce into the end zone and out using the Helena wind to your advantage. And that's going to be 1st and 10, Spain Park from their own 20.
Helena wind?
Is it Hurricane Helene or Helena?
I thought it was Helena.
I'm not sure.
Oh, I thought you meant like the Huskies. Helena Huskies. I'm like, man, this is Spain Park. What are we talking about?
Hey, listen, you stick around for the Bankston Motorhomes post-flight game show as we announce our Mellow Mushroom Player of the Night. Our featured Jet's going to get a gift card for Mellow Mushroom, and I'm looking forward to the stats from Stretch, man,
Red
to
hot.
try to figure this one out.
Oh, Stretch. He was swag surfing up here a while ago.
There he was. Gives it to Shanks, and he's met the
yes.
backfield. Stay on it. Finally, they
play.
blow the whistle down as Shanks is drugged down, but Hollins able to shoot from the defensive inside and meet him in the backfield as soon as he got the handoff.
We talked that he was going to have make some big plays because we're used to having Jay Young out there, and boy, was that one.
This is a great time for him to step up and do it, too.
So loss of about 6, maybe 7, all the way down to the 16-yard.
About 6 yards.
Yeah, it's about 7 yards almost. So second down and 15. They're saying 15. Whatever. I like mine yet better. So fake the handoff to Shanks, throws it over into the flat.
Oh,
Reception
God.
made past the original line of scrimmage and jumps forward past the 25 down to the 26. And again, those little swing passes are causing some
Aiden
damage.
Stanford is at 38. That's a name we have not called all year, but he had a shot at him, maybe 36. Yeah, Jock Dennis. He had a shot at him, and he just pursued behind him too far, and the guy was able to step forward
They've
and
been
outrun
able to run those at will. Out formation is to one side and then throw back, and they set up the blocks really, really well where you just have to beat one man.
So man in motion. Shanks in the backfield, handing it off. Creeps his way through, pushes forward to the 30, first down, past the 30, down to the 33-yard line. So 1st and 10, Spain Park with under 9 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we almost have to keep these guys at like 3rd and long.
Yeah, because, look, 3rd and short, they're going to have the advantage with that line and that big old running
100%.
back. It's hard to start that. But, in our defense, we've, again, going back to the conversation with McGee early in the year, 3rd and long is where we need to be with the way our defense is built.
So 1st and 10, they've got to get to their own 43-yard line for a first down. They're at their own 33, handing it off to Shanks again. He bounces to the outside, finds a hole, falls forward for a 7-yard pickup. It's 2nd down and 3.
We need a fumble.
What a pile at the line of scrimmage. You're looking at about 8 guys that were just piled up right there from both teams.
I mean, we're getting decent penetration in the backfield, but by the time we do that, Shanks is already forward. So he stays in at tailback. Now he's coming out.
If he fumbles, would it be a shankopotamus?
It could be. I'd like to say that.
I mean, it's usually on a punt.
It is, but we could call it a shankopotamus if he puts the ball on the turf. So another running back we haven't seen. Is that number 11? So we have seen him.
Yeah, that's the 3rd string.
So Bradley, pistol formation. Going to hand it off to that. No, that's number 17. That's that wide out that they've been splitting out, and he crosses the 50.
Yeah, Corey Barber.
Big hole that
They just
time.
Ty-Dotied us.
Yeah, they did.
Here comes Michael on defense. Maybe an extra defensive lineman.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, looks like it. So Micah Douglas comes in, the senior, comes in, goes down to the defensive line.
Well, they bring off Freeman, which was a defensive end, so they may just wanted a little more size.
Yep.
It's possible. So now you're going to keep that receiver in at tailback behind the quarterback, and they're just going to feed him, and he's going to bounce it to the outside. You're exactly right. That's exactly what they're doing. Is just looking what we've done, and they're going to put the speed in the backfield now to give Shanks some rest, and they're utilizing it to their advantage.
Well, and this goes back to how much our defense was on the field in the 2nd and 3rd quarter, and we're just getting pushed right now. We need somebody to find a way to sneak through and get a big loss and get them in a 3rd and long like we talked about.
Yeah, we need that 3rd and long, and, maybe just get lucky, like I talked about earlier. Somebody put that ball on the turf for us.
So Shanks comes back in at tailback. You've got Bradley in at quarterback. Going to hand it off to Shanks after he gets some rest. Bounces it to the outside. Picks up the first down and then some. Crosses the 40 down to about the 38-yard line of James Clemens. So 1st and 10, Spain Park.
When you notice, Hollins made a couple of nice plays for us, and now they're running away from him.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to the opposite side. Because, I mean, that's where a lot of our size is. I mean, you've got Gage on this side.
Yeah, they just
and
put
Hollins.
Gage in to give us a little size there and give Tank a breather.
So Gage, down lineman, pistol formation, letting the clock run, under 6.5 minutes, feeding it to now the number 17, the wide receiver. They just give it back to him, and he is quick.
Right now, Spain Park's just having their way, picking up 4, 5, 6 yards at a time. And, I mean, they're content just running the clock, running the football. And if they get down here and put points on the board, they got to feel really good about sealing this one up.
So Coach McGee decides he wants to take his second time out of the half with 6:05 remaining in the ballgame. Spain Park 27, James Clemens 24. You're listening to Jets football on PAS+.
Bankston Motorhomes, with locations in Alabama and Tennessee, carries an extensive inventory of motorhomes, including Class A diesel, Class A, Class B, and Class C motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and tent campers from manufacturers like Tiffin Motorhomes, Fleetwood, Forest River, and many more. Bankston Motorhomes also has an experienced service department to help you with any service work or parts or accessories you need. Bankston Motorhomes, Huntsville, Florence, Albertville, Ardmore, and Nashville, helping families like yours build memories for over 40 years. Call 1-800-624-2899 or visit them online at bankstonmotorhomes.com.
Welcome back to James Clemens football on PAS+. Second down and about 4 for Spain Park with 6:05 remaining in the ball game. They've got a 3-point lead over the Jets so far, and looking to kind of try to put something else in the end zone. But
let's bow up right here defensively. I know it's been a miserable game. The conditions are miserable out there for our guys. We got to bow up right here and get a stop.
And I think it's a smart timeout. Give our defense a breather.
Yeah.
So putting a man in motion. Going to fake the handoff. Pump fake. Looking to throw it deep. He's got to throw it over into the flat. And I tell you what, how he did that, I don't know.
There's a reason he's a Clemson commit.
I tell you, man.
It looked like he's going to be sacked for a loss. There's nobody open. And
guy in his face.
And he knows where that – he's not even looking at that guy. And
No.
he knows he's there as a safety valve and flips it last second over and hits him right in the chest.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
Very impressive. So Bradley, pistol formation, Shanks the tailback. 2 splits to the far side as that wind and rain are just blowing in from the south. Hands off to Shanks. Shanks finds himself a hole, falls forward, picks up about 8 yards, possibly 9. No, they're going to say 8 as he gets to the 10. And that keeps the clock moving as we're under 6 minutes remaining in the ball game.
Yeah, for those of you listening, I mean, I know a lot of people think that their kid or their nephew or their brother or whatever is Division I, even Division II athletes. There is a noticeable difference in any sport, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, softball. When you look out on the field and you see that kid that's at that level, it's easily recognizable.
Absolutely.
Easily.
And there's 2 of them in their backfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even close.
Handing it off to Shanks up the middle. Shanks gets the first down, fights his way forward past the 5, down to about the 4-yard line. So it's going to be first and goal, Spain Park, from the 4-yard line with 5 minutes remaining in the ball game. So 24 points for James Clemens, and I tell you, it's been a hard-fought ball game. It's just the size, I think, of the offensive and defensive lines of Spain Park are really wearing us out.
Well, and the experience, too. I mean, the way that they've executed and operated offensively has just been super crisp and super efficient. They know exactly what they're doing, and the timing has been impeccable.
Goes under center. Fullback in there with an I formation. Going to hand it off to the fullback. He's going to be stuffed at the line of scrimmage with nowhere else to go as we're trying to rip that ball out.
Oh, Hayes Harrison laying on top of that pile right there, swiping at that ball.
Yeah, that's a big fullback, too. Number 21 for them. That's Rise Brazil, 230 pounds at 6 foot tall.
Big kids.
They really do.
Well, and you go back to not only their size, their athleticism, and the stuff you were just talking about, how crisp and on-time things are. There's a reason they're ranked as high as they are in 6A.
Yeah. Well, we said this is clearly one of the best football teams in the state.
Well, and they were 7A, last year?
Think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been 7A for some time.
So they go under center again with the I formation and finally decide to take a timeout as they were running that clock down, that play clock.
And so this is the reason we talked to Coach McGee preseason, right, about his schedule, and he made no bones about it. We're going to schedule tough competition in our non-region weeks, and this is why. We want to prepare ourselves to make a playoff run, and we've got to compete with the Birmingham area schools. We've got to be able to be on their level. Well, Gardendale was a good test for us week 1. Spain Park, win or lose here, this is a great test for
I
us
agree.
to see where we're at. And when you think about that, the injury bug has kind of bitten us in the last week, and we're missing a couple guys. And then you're talking about a guy getting his first start at quarterback tonight. I mean, we're in a 3-point ball game here with just under 4 minutes in the fourth quarter.
Sure.
We are hanging right there with one of the best teams in the state.
Which says we're
capable of being where we want to be
one of
by
the best
the end
teams
of
in
the
the state,
season.
too.
That's exactly right.
And so looking at this, I mean, I tell you, looking at our region, there's a lot of tight scores going on right now.
Yep.
I mean, we'll get to those in our post-game show. But right now, action on the field, 2nd and goal for Spain Park. Under 4 minutes remaining in the ball game, 3:47 to be exact. And they're going to hand it off to Shanks. Shanks met at the line of scrimmage, and I tell you, boy, he just falls forward and gets that touchdown.
Well, somebody hit him hard.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
did.
he is not going backwards.
He got stuffed right there at the line of scrimmage.
You're going to see, I know we talked about him being that running back, Shanks, being a Miami offer. You've got Clemson quarterback there. You're going to see on both sides of the ball some of these boys playing on Saturdays because we know 3 of ours are going to be playing for the Air Force Academy.
Without question, you're going to see several of these names on Saturday.
Well, and there was multiple D1 offers on that offensive line.
Easily. Kick is up, and it's good as Spain Park puts another touchdown on the board. The score, Spain Park 34, James Clemens 24 with 3:41 remaining in this ball game.
Well, let's see what Coach Truitt and Coach McGee decide to do right here. I mean, you still have a game. 10 points is not completely sealed the deal. It's not the nail in the coffin yet.
No, it's not.
With 3:41 to play and 2 timeouts left.
Well, the interesting thing, too, is you're going to get to see the young quarterback throw the football
exactly
in
right.
the rain and wind, in a big situation.
Yep.
How does he handle himself as you look forward going, depending on what's happening with Gill and all that? He's played a heck of a game.
He's handled himself very well for most of the game, right? So the one mistake earlier that turned into an interception.
Sure.
Yeah.
But he's been very confident. He's been very decisive, and he's handled himself really well.
So you can see the sheets of rain coming down. It's also good to see Doty back there deep to receive. Be the first time we've seen him since he took himself out at the start of the fourth.
Selfishly, I want that guy to get in the end zone this week.
Oh, I do too.
We talked to him a little bit about it last week or earlier in the week, and he hadn't had a touchdown yet.
Still not scored?
No, he scored one last week. That was his first one.
He did?
Yeah.
That's right.
He said it was good for him to get a taste of that.
They're going to have to hold it on the tee.
Yeah, that wind is just ridiculous right now.
Gosh. I mean, I'm not sure how much rain is actually hitting the ground because it's just moving through the air.
Look at that official's pants right there next to the ball. I mean, just whipping like a flag. All right, so now.
Good thing we ain't got Big Boy from a few weeks ago. His pants got wet out there.
So here we go as they're going to hold it like an extra point. And he kicks a line drive, and we're just going to fall on it. Yep, that's what you do. So Wyatt able to field the kickoff at about the 27-yard line. So 1st and 10, James Clemens. Long way to go, but still some time on the clock to make some damage happen.
Long way to go and a short time to get there.
Yep, I know what that one's from.
Northbound and down, loaded up and trucking. We're going north, not east.
I was just trying to get us a movie quote in.
Yeah, well.
I think we missed that opportunity.
I think so, too.
Nobody's going to call in on it anyway.
Yeah.
We've been too tricky this year.
Not this late in the game.
We've been too tricky.
We botched that one up.
Well, if you want to, you can call us and let us know.
I guess that would be
so
from
Evers,
a movie.
Swing pass, nice little misdirection there. Doty makes a man miss on that reception, gets out to the 35-yard line. So I tell you what, Barry was swinging out here, and you've seen that play, and then he hits Doty right there on the inside.
I honestly thought that he was trying to throw that out to Barry, and he slipped out of his hand.
I'm not sure that you're not. I mean, I don't think you're
it couldn't
wrong.
have because he threw it right to him, right to Doty, but it just looked funny.
So Evers drives back to pass, throws it again. Doty makes the catch.
Got to go.
So keeps
2-minute drill.
Yeah.
Gets on the other side of the chain. So a first down for James Clemens as they get down to the 39-yard line. Clock's ticking once they set the chains at 3:07. Here we go.
Got the ball boy on the field.
Get the ball boy off. Extra man. Can't have him. Trips to the near side. Evers looking to pass.
Yeah, that's Cam that moved early.
So false start on James Clemens, going to put us behind the chains on this first down.
You can't have this late in the game.
No.
And it's been a relatively well-played ball game from both teams. I mean, a couple of penalties, but not like what we've been seeing over the past couple of weeks.
We have been much better tonight.
So again, trips to the near side. You got Barry in the backfield. Looking to pass is Evers. Evers, nice pocket.
Man, what time?
Got to get rid of. Nope, now he's going to keep it himself and run. Slides forward. Where's the flag? He was sliding.
Well,
come on.
Yeah,
But he picks.
slid.
Yeah, he picks up.
He needed to do it just a little earlier if he's going to avoid getting hit.
So positive yards on that play makes it second down as he gets past the 40 down to the 42.
And another good decision by Evers.
So 2nd and 7 there. Evers looking to pass. Pocket's there. Throws it across the middle to Achenbach. Oh, in and out of his hands. But I tell you, he led him, but he had a guy right there on him and just knocked it out.
Just couldn't pull that one in.
And it was led, but it's almost a long reach, even for a 6'7" guy.
So Achenbach not able to reel that one in. 3rd down and 7 for James Clemens with 2:21 remaining in the ball game, down by 10.
That penalty was really big now because it should be about a 3rd and 3.
So now we're going to put Little on the far side. Barry stays in the backfield. Now Lively goes into motion. Evers waits for him to get set, takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Barry, looking to pass. Long throw for Little, but just overthrows him because that wind is ridiculous. But he had two guys. I mean, there's
I don't think
5, 6 guys back
you're
there
almost
with
hoping that you get a pass interference
Yes.
if that thing's close to him, but it was so overthrown.
I don't think Little ever got free.
Yeah.
I think he was trying to get out of that route and should have been outside of that, but just got held up.
Well, and that's where a young quarterback, he's just going to pull the trigger, right?
So you look at all these umbrellas down here below us.
I'm impressed they're still all standing.
I tell you, man, it is crazy. So 4th down and 7 for the Jets. 2:13 remaining on the clock. Evers, shotgun. Barry to his left. Drops back to pass.
Oh, he's got
to get
Little.
rid of it. He's got Little over there.
Little.
And Little makes the catch, goes up and brings it in at the 45-yard line.
He had Little in that little soft spot between the cover two right there, and it hesitated. I don't know if there was some in his face. I saw Little wide open, and he went ahead and threw it anyway, and Little went up and over the defender that was in his chest and made that play.
Yeah, he went up over the defender and took it away from his shoulder, basically.
Stepped up in the pocket as that pocket started to collapse and threw a dime to Little. Now he drops back to pass again. Pocket starts to collapse. Got to get rid of it. Now you got to do something. Makes 2 men miss. Look at that scramble. Stay on your feet. Get out of bounds. And he's knocked out of bounds. Clock's running. You got to throw the flag. He was out of bounds.
No, he wasn't out yet.
He wasn't out yet. And he took a shot.
I like you being a homer and hoping.
Good for him. He just popped back up. I mean, he took a shot, as did about 3 or 4 guys on the sideline that were impacted by that one.
Well, if that's the NFL, it may be the clock still running because he was going backwards.
So they're saying his helmet did come off when he got knocked out of bounds.
Boy, that's twice tonight. We're going to have to get a new chin strap.
Strap that thing up, man.
So Doty is going to go in at quarterback.
Which is not what you want in this situation.
Now 2nd down and about 6 to go.
Last time we threw it out of this formation, it didn't look good.
No.
So Doty with Gideon and Barry on either side takes the snap. He's going to run the ball. Bounces it to the outside, goes towards the sidelines, tackled at the 35.
And that'll
keeps
stop
him
the
in
clock
bounds
for a minute.
as they move the chains. Yeah, so he picks up the 1st down to the 34.
Evers coming back in.
So 1:43 remaining in this ball game.
Man, what about that 4th down reception by Little now?
I think that was huge. Evers to Little, trips to the far side. Snap.
Oh, I don't know if we got set. They didn't throw a flag.
No, Evers rolling out to pass, throws off his back foot. Towards the sidelines, falls incomplete, stops the clock at 1:28.
Look, he had Lively.
Yes.
Lively. Yeah, he had Lively out there all by himself if he'd have got rid of it about 2 steps earlier. He tried to let him go down the field, which there was a soft spot over the top, and he just overthrew him. But if he gets it to him quickly, that's an easy completion.
So 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass. 34-24 your score. Spain Park on top with 1:28 remaining in the ball game.
This one's been fun.
It has been fun. This is seeing these two teams play, I just love the way both teams have played. It's been a fun game to watch. Doty comes in motion. Barry in the backfield to the left of Evers. Evers dropping back to pass. Throws it to the flat. Little makes the catch. Turns in the wrong way.
Well, he's just
and now there's a penalty flag on the play. I think they're going to get a late hit.
We hope so.
It's got to be a late hit on one of the Spain Park defenders. Unless it was a face mask that I didn't see. That would be the only thing. Oh, they're saying sideline warning? Oh, come on.
Give us some yardage.
Come on. So Little makes the catch and then turns in and then lost a yard.
The throw kind of almost took him to a knee, so he was kind of at a disadvantage to know where the defenders were.
Evers rolling to the near side, looking to pass. Sets, throws towards Doty into the end zone, in and out of his hands, short of the end zone.
Great effort. Good no call.
Yeah, agreed.
So a minute 10 remaining in the ball game.
Another fourth down.
So 4th and 7 for the Jets. And Ortiz comes out.
Evers comes off.
So Ortiz is coming out. We are going to try a long field
Well, you got to
goal.
have it.
You got to have it one way or the other.
Either way, you got to have it. So if you want a chance here.
So this is going to be a 50-yard field goal attempt by Ortiz.
Heavy wind at your back. My question is now, do you have the footing to really plant and drive through that?
That's a good question right here. So waiting on the snap. Here it is.
They took a timeout.
Smart call there by Coach over there. Spain Park takes their final timeout of the ball game with 34-24 your score with 1:09 remaining. So Ortiz comes in to try the field goal, and it's going to be a long one. So you can check out the PAS Plus mobile app at your connection to all of our live streams, along with scores, game archives, and a whole lot more. Go online to PASplus.net for the download links. Taking a look. Well, let me do this. Let me look at our North Alabama Gas District scoreboard. Ardmore 23, Madison County nothing. That's a final. Grissom 29, Albertville 14 in the third. Athens 39, Hazel Green 14. Albertville 14. Wait a minute. You give me Albertville and Grissom twice. Yeah, Gadsden City 34, Bob Jones 20. That's in the third.
Go Titans.
Austin 13, Florence 0. That's in the fourth. And East Limestone 20, West Limestone 7. That's in the fourth quarter. So that's your North Alabama Gas District scoreboard.
49 yards.
So, yeah, I mean, it's right at 49. Snaps high.
Oh, no.
Nope, that's not going to work. Snap was high, didn't get his footing. Squibb kicks it. They fall down on it. Minute to go.
Boy, and that's not something you see very often out of.
Well, you can only contribute that to the weather. That's truly a weather issue.
Well, I was going to say earlier, I wish that he had went ahead and kicked the last one, even though the whistle came.
Yeah.
And just either gain confidence or see what adjustment he needs to make right there. Wouldn't have mattered ultimately because we didn't get the snap and the hold down right there. Man, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ortiz has the. I know he has the leg to kick that, especially with the wind.
And I know kickoffs and field goals are different. He kicks off from the 40 and puts it in the end zone all the time. The legs there, he doesn't get a big run up anyway on his kickoffs, so it's not that much different. But it was all for naught because the snap and the hold weren't good.
Yeah, so Spain Park takes the victory formation and downs it, and then the clock's running under a minute to go. And that's going to be your final score. It's going to be 34-24. Spain Park gets out of the Madison City School Stadium with a victory.
And look, we don't want to put the game on that play because even if we make that field goal, we've got to onside kick it, recover it. We've still got to get a touchdown.
There's all kinds of things.
We can't put it on that one play.
And we're assuming we hit a 50-yard field goal.
Right. But
doesn't happen very often in high school.
But you know what? Proud of the Jets. I mean, a hard-fought game tonight. They accomplished a lot of things, had a really, really, really good first quarter, jumped out there to a lead. And, I don't think our kids folded by any means. I mean, I think we were fighting till the end. You look at overall situation, we talked about some injuries. We talked about a quarterback getting his first start. All in all, this was a really, really good football game.
Oh, yeah, overall, a great football game between two really good football teams. And you talked about it. They're number 3 in 6A, and they're going to go deep in the playoffs. But it also answers one of the questions that Coach McGee, I want to see how we measure up. And I think we measured up decently tonight with a first-time starting quarterback and a sophomore with Evers. And so a lot of things worked to our benefit, and then there were some things that didn't. We had a couple of balls bounced a different way, and all of those things. But, hey, listen, we'll talk more about that here in just a minute. We'll be back for the Bankston Motorhomes post-flight game show, post-flight show.
That's a new one.
It is. It's the Bankston Motorhomes post-flight show, and we'll have that stats, and we'll give away a couple of gift cards during that post-flight show. So stick around. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus.
Mellow, a state of mind, a culture, a way of being. and the philosophy behind Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers. Since 1974, their mission has been to provide delicious food in a fun and creative environment. The originators of hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza, Mellow Mushroom makes their pies with high-quality, fresh ingredients to elevate the dining experience. So mellow out at Mellow Mushroom, a higher order of pizza in Huntsville at 470 Providence, Maine, and 2230 Cecil Ashburn in Jones Valley. Local sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the County Commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544. North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously. One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past, with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair.
Bankston Motorhomes, with locations in Alabama and Tennessee, carries an extensive inventory of motorhomes, including Class A diesel, Class A, Class B, and Class C motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and tent campers from manufacturers like Tiffin Motorhomes, Fleetwood, Forest River, and many more. Bankston Motorhomes also has an experienced service department to help you with any service work or parts or accessories you need. Bankston Motorhomes, Huntsville, Florence, Albertville, Ardmore, and Nashville, helping families like yours build memories for over 40 years. Call 1-800-624-2899 or visit them online at bankstonmotorhomes.com.
This is the James Clemens Post-Flight Show, brought to you by Bankston Motorhomes. The only way to go is in a Bankston motorhome.
Back at Madison City Stadium here, headed into our Bankston Motorhomes Post-Flight Show, where your Jets fall to the Spain Park Jaguars 34-24. We've kicked the Captain Kirk off the headset and brought in Stone Cold Stretch Austin here to talk a few stats of the game. Stretch, hit it. Give us some good stats.
All right, first we'll start off with the quarterback, Matthew Evers, 11 of 17 passing for 119 pass yards, a pass touchdown, and a pick, as well as 4 carries for 23 yards and a rush touchdown. Going over to Ty Doty, 8 catches for 86 receiving yards, as well as 15 carries for 140 rushing yards. MJ Gideon, 18 carries for 90 rush yards and a rush touchdown as well. AJ Little, 2 catches for 15 receiving yards. Isaac Achenbach with a catch for 18 yards and a touchdown. And lastly, Cam Berry with 4 carries for 5 yards as well as a pick. Going over to the defensive side of the ball, we have DJ Davis with 5 tackles, Bryson Dowdell with 3 tackles and a pick, Mason Rose, Christian Wyatt, and Hayes Harrison with 4 tackles, Tank Ezel with 4 tackles and a pass breakup, James Hollins with 2 tackles and 2 tackles for loss, Jock Dennis, Tyler Gage, and Jeremiah Pritchett, as well as Miles Taylor, also finished with tackles. And then on the kicking side, Anthony Ortiz, 3 of 3 on extra points, and also 1 of 2 on field goals.
Hey, tell me one more time MJ Gideon's yardage rushing.
90 yards rushing.
90 yards rushing. All right, so we'll bring Kirk back in here. You coming back on, Kirk?
So MJ's probably still averaging 100.
But that's the first time he's been under 100 this year, right?
But yeah, he's probably averaging 100, a little over 100 yards a game, but that's the first game he's been under 100 yards rushing.
And he's got 8 touchdowns on the year.
Well, he also split a lot of time in the backfield with Ty Doty tonight, which he normally doesn't.
Hey, Stretch, thanks for coming on and getting us straightened on them stats. That's a great job, buddy. I know you manned the weather tonight.
Yeah, I had to go out there in the light drizzle, but it's all good.
Stone Cold Stretch
He is
Austin,
understating the drizzle, people. As we watch from the press box here, this rain sheet is just
getting
continually,
worse.
the wind's picked up
Well,
even more, and
I
the
don't-
rain is a little heavier.
It just is a comical moment, just for me to point this out. I know y'all were listening to the stats that Stretch was doing, but Spain Park, they classy group, coach, well coached, well disciplined, congratulating, and both teams just did a great job. No issues after the game right there at midfield or anything. Everybody congratulating each other.
Some schools have that.
Some schools have issues there.
But as they were running off, just a comical moment to show you just how slick that field is. They were running so fast. One of their big defensive linemen, who's played tonight, had his helmet, and he slips and loses his footing. His helmet rolls, and he slid on his belly a good 10 yards.
I told you.
It's funny. I pointed while Stretch was talking. One of their cheerleaders did the same thing down here.
So not to make fun, but just to kind of tell you, I mean, it was some different conditions tonight here at Madison City School Stadium.
Well, and if we're going to jump into our recap right here,
let's do it.
I'm so proud of the way we played because last week was just ugly. And we talked about us having a little letdown and that trap game situation that we almost played into. For us to show up the way we did tonight, offensively especially in these conditions, you got, Doty with a huge game with the ball in his hands, whether it's the 140 yards rushing, 86 receiving, and Cam, we didn't hear a lot from Cam. He was the blocking guy today.
He
did the nasty work.
Yep.
And then MJ was right there, pushing 100 yards again. And then the job that Evers did.
I agree.
Coming in as a first-time starter against a top-ranked team in the state in 6A, I was really proud of the way he handled himself. He was firing up his teammates when things were going well. He was composed. He made quick decisions. Got the ball out of his hand. And in these conditions, for him to be able to throw as accurately as he did, do some things and give us a chance, really proud of the way our offense have handled themselves tonight.
I agree. And don't forget that offensive line who played their tails off as well. I mean, they were facing a really, really tough defense, and especially up front. And those guys did a great job. I mean, you think about the Evers touchdown down there on the ground. I mean, that's offensive line done, right? And some of the bigger runs we had tonight, like MJ breaking that one for, 18, 20 yards, that was offensive line led. Defensively, I don't think you could have asked for a whole lot more out of our group. Greatly outsized, okay, and then they're facing some top-level competition.
And out-athleted, let's be honest.
They were completely out-athleted.
And that's not a slight against our players because we have athletes.
Reality.
It is the size and the athleticism of Spain Park.
Completely. But they did a phenomenal job, which look, offensively and defensively both, you can tell our kids were well coached.
Sure.
They were well prepared for what they were going to see. And then they went out and executed probably to the best of their ability.
Yep.
We were able to force a turnover early down here. We had some great plays where we were in great position against the pass game. And I thought we did as good of a job as we could do running to the football and trying to stop that big, strong, fast backfield.
Well, and the other two things. One, they scored with short field twice. We had the interception, had the onside kick attempt that we almost pulled off there.
Right.
So we took some chances and gave them the short field twice that ended up in scores. The other thing that I think was much better tonight than we've done all year is the penalty situation. We've done a lot of hurting ourselves over the first 4 games, and luckily we were in positions to go ahead and win those games. We didn't have a lot of that tonight. We had just a handful of penalties, I think, and it didn't ever seem like it was in a huge situation. It seemed like the last couple of weeks we'd get a big first down and it came back. Come back. Get a big first down, come back. And I just think that was a vastly improved situation. Now the trick is, okay, you're up, you're focused for a Spain Park. What happens going forward? Can you do that when you play an Albert Bowl? Because we let down with Grissom. Let's just be honest. And you got bigger games coming. You still got Sparkman. You got Austin. I mean,
Florence
next week, who's athletic always and in a dangerous team. Like, you're going to have to bring that level to continue to win and go for a regional championship.
That's coaching, right? I mean, talk to those guys about what a great job they did here. But, remind those guys that this game means nothing.
Sure.
I mean, it does not stop you.
You're still in the first place in the region.
You're in the driver's seat of the region. This game does not stop you from reaching any of your goals, right? Being city champs.
Sure.
Check mark. Done. And then region champs. And then let's make a playoff run. Yep. Spain, this loss does not stop you from accomplishing any of that.
No.
So it's a great measuring tool, which we mentioned, a dozen times. And I think we measured up really well.
Completely agree. And one of the things that we'll talk about here in just a minute is when we'll get into our player of the game, the Mellow Mushroom player of the game, and just the way the offense was able to perform. And again, we mentioned that Gideon was short of 100 yards for the first time in 5 games, but he did get in the end zone to extend, he got his 8 touchdowns on the season. So, again, good job there offensively. Again, the young quarterback with Evers coming in, composed, sophomore, all of that. But the other thing I want to do real quick before we get into the Mellow Mushroom player of the game is I want to remind you that you can enter your name for the Lawlers Fan of the Week at PASplus.net, where we announce the winner during the Bankston Motorhomes post-flight show of each James Clemens game, and the winner gets a gift card from Lawler's Barbecue. And ladies and gentlemen, guess what? Tonight's winner is Charlie Harrison. Charlie, congratulations.
Hey, Charlie.
Go get a stuffed tater on us.
I don't know. Related to Hayes Harrison, maybe?
I don't know. Maybe. So, Charlie
Let
Harrison.
us know, Charlie.
Congratulations. You are our Lawlers Fan of the Week. You got 2 weeks to drop by WKAC Radio over in Athens and pick up your gift card for Lawlers. And while you're over there, just stop by and pick up a stuffed potato.
Oh, so good.
I was thinking about that, man.
So good.
It's so good. But now, got that out of the way. Charlie, congratulations. But now, Mellow Mushroom player of the game, guys. And I tell you, we could have gone a lot of different ways tonight, but we had him on our podcast the other night. And great young man. He was our Red Hawk Top Flight Award winner and nominated by the faculty and staff at James Clemens as a student. And tonight, and we've been waiting on him to have a breakout game. Didn't reach the end zone, but come on, over 200 all-purpose yards.
Yeah, 140 rushing,
Huge
86 receiving.
Tonight. Yeah.
And it is, we talked about it many times. Ty Doty was a little slow coming out of the gates, right? I mean, he was coming back from injury, not in playing shape. Tonight, he looked like Ty Doty.
He did.
Tonight, he had that little extra in his step. He had the little extra move. He bounced off of defenders. And even though we haven't been able to do a great job getting him the ball in the air throughout the season, boy, handing him the ball works pretty dang good.
I think so, too.
Well, getting the ball in his hands, period, is good for us. And he showed that tonight. I almost felt like he took this game as a challenge for Ty Doty.
I agree.
He looked like a different kid tonight, played his tail off, and you were impressed meeting him the other night that he's just that good of a person, and he really is. So tonight, kudos to him for kind of putting it on his back. We've seen it on Cam's back and on MJ's back, but tonight we definitely were riding Ty Doty.
So we fall to 4-1 on the season, but we get back into region play next week as we go to Brawley Stadium to take on Florence. And, looking at the score, Austin was able to blank Florence tonight 20-0. So Florence has got their first loss of the region. So right now, Austin and James Clemens are the only undefeated teams in the region. So, we're back into region play, and then we've got back-to-back region games, and then we finish off the season against another Birmingham school in Homewood. We got to travel to Homewood.
So we're going to match up here with Austin as our last region game?
No, then we go to Albertville.
Okay.
Yeah, then we go to Albertville.
Potentially, we could be hosting Austin for a region championship.
We got it. Yeah.
If everything holds true for both teams next 2 weeks.
Yeah. So next week
got to be head to head.
Wow.
Yeah. So next week we've got Florence at Brawley Stadium. Then we travel to Sparkman the following week, and then the following week we have Austin, and then we travel to Albertville.
Yeah.
So our final home game of the regular season is against Austin here at Madison City School Stadium in 3 weeks.
You don't want to miss next week. That's a big region game for us. And then in 2 weeks, you don't want to miss Johnny Johnson's debut as play-by-play.
I thought were we not going to flip a coin for who got to do that? I thought.
You remember how we split up the bus duties? You drive there, I drive back.
Yeah.
I did play-by-play last year, first game of the season.
I think we should just make Flanagan do it.
I think it's a terrible idea.
I'm looking forward to. That's when I go on fall break. And
she can do the ad reads. She would love that.
Absolutely.
The ad reads. She will love. I brought that up to her today. She will love doing the ad reads.
That'll be an exciting game. Anyway.
Is that October 11th?
October 11th.
Yep.
We got to get through Florence first.
I think I'm getting a cough.
You're going to miss next week all week. You'll be gone.
Yeah, as much as you've taken off, you can handle some play-by-play when you come back.
My Lawler's card's going to get taken back.
So your final score here from Madison City School Stadium, Spain Park gets the win, 34. James Clemens, 24 for our first loss of the season. But again, guys, it's nothing to hang your heads. I mean, of course, you want to stay perfect.
Yeah.
But a good measuring stick tonight for both teams. Honestly, both teams.
Look, Spain Park celebrated getting out of here with a victory. I mean, they were legitimately tested.
Sure, absolutely.
And I mean, they haven't been tested a lot. And, look, we talked about the defense earlier. How many times has Spain Park been forced to drive the ball consistently down the field?
Sure.
Probably not that often this year, and we forced them to do that all but 2 drives that you brought up with a short field.
And a couple of times, I mean, we threw a couple of picks, the onside kick, so we gave them some short fields.
Yeah.
So, how it's hard to say how anything would have changed if the weather was different, all those things, but it doesn't matter because they did get the 10-point win. But, again, nothing for our guys to be
it was a game that's actually closer than 10 points.
Absolutely. Completely agree. So, tell you what, you guys can join us next week. Next Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, we'll be at Walk On Sports Bistro for the Wingman podcast. You can join us live or listen to us online at jcwingman.net or on PAS Plus, the app. You can check us out there and listen to us live next Tuesday night. Well, Johnny's going to miss it, but Brad and I will be there. I think
I'll call in from the beach.
Oh, if you call in from the beach, that'd be exciting. It'd be our first call in, Tim. Tim gives us a thumbs up, then. And I think we're going to have a guest co-host as Clay Coleman, the PA announcer here.
Y'all may not want me back after Freak Daddy shows up.
If we get Freak Daddy in there, and we'll have a good time as well. But looking forward to next Tuesday.
Look at this poor girl trying to pick up trash out here.
Oh, I know, man. I feel bad.
Her trash bag's blowing sideways. Her poncho's blowing sideways. Trash is blowing.
Those kids do a great job.
I'm a little worried about going down in the elements myself.
Yeah. Well,
we can hold hands going down the stairs.
So if we go, I go.
I tell you, I'm going to have to end it right there. So you can join us next week right here at 7 o'clock is kickoff, and we'll be live from Brawley Stadium in Florence as James Clemens travels to take on the Florence Falcons next Friday night for a region matchup. For Coach Johnny Johnson, for Coach Brad Kimbrough, for Stone Cold Stretch Austin, for our producer extraordinaire, Mr. Tim Lambert, I'm Kirk Pierce. Thanks for tuning in. You've been listening to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus.
You've been listening to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus. Listen to the archive of this game or past ones by going to PASplus.net. James Clemens Football is a production of the PAS Network.